Nice. I'm gonna.
It's me.
It's Liam with a laptop and an Xbox at his house.
That's
Hello,
a computer. That's a laptop.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad you all heard that.
Yeah.
Everyone heard what you guys said from when Rose said it's a me.
That's fine.
I went to start and then you all just fucking started. Right.
Just lost our mind a little bit. Apologies.
It is chapter 3. It is episode 6. You guys have left the underwater facility. You locked back up with your ship that was travelling to Crimson Blossom Isle.
Wait.
Yes?
Between that,
What do you mean?
we had a little detour.
What?
Wade's grave. 'Cause we
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
teleport.
Oh yeah, I'll let you explain that. But I was just explaining. I'm broad stroke.
Okay.
But I'll let you like explain that one. 'Cause, yeah, I'd forgotten about that. My bad. But yeah, no, you teleported back to the ship after the second attempt. Second attempt.
Mhm.
That was heading to Crimson Blossom Isle. You finished their delivery that you told them to do some busy work while you were away, and then decided to start heading southward to Underbelly Descent. The session will be picking up in a moment as you guys are just getting within range of Underbelly Descent, and obviously I'll move the map over because I have made an Underbelly Descent map. As I said to you, Ben, didn't know that I've been trying. I want to start making, because there's been a few islands that you guys have gone to. And I'm like, soz, I ain't got the map ready. I forgot, or I haven't had time.
No map. Yeah.
So I had a concise effort to at least get the map for this one, even though knowing my luck, you'll probably be here for like 2 minutes. Like
Even if we get that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, as I switch you guys over so you can see the new map. Ben, do you want to explain that you was just on about?
Well, we had Cube supposed to take us to it's teleportation scroll, wasn't it? Supposed to take us to boat called Wade's Rest. Ended up at Wade's grave for obvious reasons.
Yes, because it was similar place you rolled, which similar. There are two technical Wade's Rests. There is one in which he's resting, and then there is the boat called Wade's Rest.
Mm-hmm.
It took you to the other one.
One by name, one in function.
Yes, exactly. But we are going to start the session. Here, as you can see, you guys are approaching on the, as you're looking at this, the eastern side, but northeast. So, like, you're top right, for those that don't know their axis.
Are we coming in here then? On this side?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Sorry, I saw Ben put in the chat.
That's quite funny. No, Ben, you can have an inspiration for that because that's funny.
Desire fucking will as well now. If
I
he
was
thinks
gonna-
that's how magic works.
I was going to say, and the thing is, he hopes for the similar place. There's just like this one place. It's just had a grand opening and it's offering like free service.
Yeah. Desire teleports there.
Oh yeah.
So, from this northeast side that we're coming into, can we see anything as we're like travelling along? Is there anything that's pointing out to us? Any sort of forms of civilization, marks, tracks, anything like that?
No,
just on a wanderpass.
Not particularly. You can see that there are stretches of beach across different portions of the island where you could pull up if need be. You can see that it is, for the most part, a relatively flat island, with the exception of some of the southern regions, where it looks a bit more inclines and declines, but you can't. It's very densely packed with trees. It is a busybody island. Because you got to remember, these islands that you're traveling to, at least this one in particular, is not inhabited in any way. There's no buildings, there's no structure.
No.
It's an island.
Is it? It's not inhabited that we know of, anyway. There could be something there.
What I mean by inhabited is a town, village,
Right.
or Yeah, there could be individuals and maybe tribes, and by tribes I mean like 2 or 3 families worth, not like a massive tribe. That's what I mean by uninhabited. Like when I say an island's inhabited, it has foundational structure.
Uncivilized in
Yeah.
marks. Yeah.
Whereas you could, there is possibilities. You could run into like a hermit out here, maybe an explorer, maybe like
shipwrecks,
criminals hiding. Yeah, people who've like castaways, things like that.
There isn't a registered settlement here.
No,
basically.
no.
Yeah, got you. I've
on
two
the
axes.
region map, like you'll notice the islands are either the names of the islands are either outlined in white or green. Green is uninhabited, white is inhabited. Quote marks.
Those are my 2 sort of landing points. They look like natural sort of harboury places.
You also have the point on the far south. I'm assuming you have enough time to go around. Yeah, there.
This one, and if we can say these are rivers.
Yes, they
we
are.
can sail inland and get cover.
Yeah,
so
what it is, it's a forked river.
There.
Yeah, on the western side, it's one large entry point, and it splits about halfway into 2 exit points on the eastern side of the island.
How wide is it?
Think Amazonian River.
So boat could.
Oh yeah, the boat could quite easily. It's chunky.
So we could easily get in.
Yeah,
in the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes sense to then, do that. Do we know if it's North or South Island? Like this ruin.
Don't know. Do we? Do we know anything?
You guys don't know anything. No,
island.
literally.
The
The name of the island was randomly said to you guys, and you made a choice to go here.
I mean, looking at the map, I have meta knowledge, but
This bad boy here, Luke's.
Oh wow.
Oh no, I'm thinking this.
Oh.
No. Don't be an idiot.
Have you guys hang on, what about the little Bibbly Island at the top? Have you not looked at
there is a cave or thing there, yeah. But that point's that's jumping out at me, but that's meta. So,
I mean, no, to be fair, the mountain, the rocky mountain there would be visible over the tree line. It's not ridiculous heighted, but it does tower the trees considerably.
Right.
You would see that at least.
I mean...
And I would probably say that northern island, you probably would notice, maybe from the crow's nest, like look at vantage point, that there's a lot of trees missing from the central portion, obviously where you can see the caverns there on the map.
Does anybody have Navarro step forward as I'm guessing we're discussing what we're going to do at this point as we're moving inland up the river and all that. Would anybody happen to have any incense, herbs, that sort of thing?
I only touched that stuff once, and I didn't agree with it.
I'm on about spell components.
Oh.
I need I could be able to do a ritual to turn Kevin into a bird, but I do not have the materials myself.
I highly doubt it.
Anybody? Anybody have it?
Desire will do like the John Travolta hands and be like, I think you're the most magical person here.
If anyone's going to have it, it's going to be you. I've got some ball bearings and a candle. That helps.
We have some underwear.
Great.
You're not asking for feces or anything, mate, so let's just move on.
Feces is actually used in a specific spell, unless you didn't know.
But you didn't ask for feces. You asked for
No,
herbs.
I didn't. And incense. Commonly, I need about 15 gold's worth, approximately, to be able to do the ritual. Other than that, I mean, it was just so we could try and get a view from the sky. And try and see if we could pinpoint stuff. Maybe when we go back to Ivory Sands.
I heard tales of pirates climbing into a cannon and blasting themselves over islands.
Yeah, if only you guys had a cannon.
Also,
Listen to my
that is-
word.
Fucking cannon, dickhead.
I was making a Sea of Thieves joke.
I know,
we got
I
it. We
know.
got it.
I got the joke, but you don't even have a cannon. You have a
Listen
Not
to my
only
joke.
that, but I'm gonna have to say, I don't think Sea of Thieves got the physics exactly right. I'm not gonna lie.
You would just turn into jam
to-
in
I
the
mean-
cannon.
No, to be fair,
You're right,
if
Bones.
you had someone small enough to fit inside, you would end up on the island in about five
Not in any
different
state.
in about five in
Yeah.
about 5 different landing points,
Yeah.
as you would probably
Um,
explode.
Let's see if there is anything I can do.
Wow.
Random note: we should do a stream of that at some point. But
Yeah.
carry on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sometimes into it gets a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They've got
mean,
it all ready to go.
should we just? I mean, we might as well. I've identified 3 natural harbours ish, and we got the river. We
Yeah,
could sail
and
around.
just as an FYI as well, I'm going to assume that these conversations and this, what you do,
Yeah.
like marking the harbour points and stuff, this is done over hours because it would take you a few hours to sail around the islands to
Yeah,
identify.
we're going that
I'm
way,
just going to
yeah.
assume all this conversation stuff is being taking place over
Thank
a
you,
long
D-
period.
Thank
of
you,
time.
DM.
As we're starting to get in, I think I cast it last session, but I can't remember because I've got a spell slot ticked. So I think I cast Mage Armor at some point. I think on the route, but we would have slept since that point, wouldn't we? So
You had a short rest.
what's between
you cast-
Crimson Isle and here?
You cast mage armor.
Yeah.
Then you went to the underground facility. You short rested. You didn't long rest. Or did you sleep?
What's
No.
travel time?
Wait, no, you
yeah,
did.
travel
No,
time.
you
Oh,
did
we
sleep.
did.
You did
We
sleep.
had a night there. Yeah.
You did.
we had
Yeah.
a
So
night
no,
there.
you should have everything because unless you've spent
Cool.
a spell slot, because I know you spent that before the facility. If you spent anything after leaving the facility, you will still have the penalty and costs of those.
Cool. I am going to cast Mage Armor then, as we're starting to get closer at
Alright.
this point.
My suggested point is we sort of go this way and then we go down the river and we moor up in the middle of the island and use that as like an exploring point.
Mhm.
And then we can try and go, we can explore north, we can explore south. I mean, the other thing is, you saw that big, there seems to be some kind of gap in the northern island, and they've got the hip mountains here. Bit of prospecting, maybe? I don't know. As well. We're trying to
Yeah.
find stuff.
If we can dig out surface gold, but that's going to be a pain in the arse if you want to start up a mine.
Well, no,
Yes.
I'm more just selling the information, rather a quick book, rather than...
Ah. Yes. Selling information. I used to do that.
I'm still handling being an illegitimate businessman. Legitimate businessman is on the list next. I've ticked off Anchor, so...
Wait, while I'm thinking about it, I forgot to get tabletop
It
audio.
would. It would make more sense that they would potentially create a settlement near to water, meaning it would either be close to the banks or close to the river.
hmm
You do not create a settlement in too far inland.
That makes sense.
These are snake... Do snake people work the same way there?
Still need water.
Oh, yeah, everything needs water.
Alright.
I mean, I know most of the people on board this ship either drink rum or ale most of the times, but they still have water in them. It is a natural.
Oh, I know how war works. I'm just thinking, and he does fangs of a snake. I don't. Was that I just didn't know if they. Yeah.
I've never seen a snake drink from a cup, okay?
They do have little water bowls.
They can't
if I
even
remember
hold it.
rightly.
They
They
don't
love
have fucking
water.
thumbs.
Not only that, but I have heard before that there are species of snakes that are quite large, and they like water
They're called
areas.
lizards.
No, they are called snakes. Sky God.
I feel like that was an
I mean,
NPC. That was one of the crew.
It was just funny. That's what it was.
Is it Ike or Tyke? One of them
Yeah,
doesn't speak,
it's-
isn't it? So it's
yeah.
the other one that does speak.
Ike,
It's like lizards.
yeah, Ike, I believe, is the one that speaks. Tyke doesn't.
Yeah.
He communicates to Ike with hand gestures.
No, there are a lot of snakes, and not just the snakes that you find in the sea, but ones who enjoy rivers because they have a lot of wildlife near them. So lots of wildlife tends to go around water areas. So large snakes have a hunger. We should maybe be a little on edge as we get further inland. Further up the river.
Well, I think we're on edge. Whatever, like snake people, pirate people, fucking Jacob, people. Yes, yeah, they fucking monsters. We've got that strangely sexy lion woman. There's a list.
I like how she made the list. Okay.
Considering,
yes,
She's a danger.
Considering you haven't seen her for 2 chapters, yeah, she still makes the list.
Yeah.
I mean, she seemed pretty determined to kill us, so yeah.
I am just meaning that if suddenly the boat starts to rock, maybe from underneath, let's keep the guard, the crew on guard.
Everyone on guard.
Liam?
If you weren't on guard now.
What are you rolling?
I didn't mean to roll that, sorry.
Okay.
Right, we sail to middle, we moor up.
Maybe we do it in like a compass direction, so starting from the top edge and make our way round.
I have drawn it on the map. I have indicated how we're going to sail.
I thought we were like getting close now. We were going up the river.
Mhm.
Well, once you guys have done the conversation, I was going to be like, you arrive.
Okay, sound. We arrive.
Yeah, because like I said,
So I was like saying
these
you go this
conversations were
direction,
done
maybe.
over a period of a few hours
Yeah.
because you had to sail around, you had to plot, you had to plan, look at, identify things. Which is
I just wanna check
basically how
something.
you saw the majority of this island, and the reason why I'm just giving it you, because you would have took enough time. You would have took enough time that a perception roll was not required because you would do, you know, the take 20 rule.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Can I check something
Yeah.
real quick before we continue on?
Yeah.
We were discussing it at great length when we were in Ivory Sands, and then we fucked off and never sorted it out. Did we, or has the crew ended up buying an anchor yet?
You discussed it with the dockhand, but when
That was their
No,
side quest when we were away.
You sold the wood to the same guy you wanted to buy an anchor. He said he was going to get you a price, and you left before he could give it to
Oh,
you.
fuck's sake.
He said he was going to get it to you at the pub on the night, and
And
you
then
all
we
left with
fucked
the
off the
twins.
pub.
You all left with the twins, so he's got the quote and got to the pub, and you fucking
Can we
donged
just say, for the love of God, what's his face? Maltasari? No, that's the continent.
Montrose.
Montrose.
No, because it's funny.
Oh.
It's funny. It's fun. You got
So
I think-
we go to drop the anchor and go, oh,
Genuinely, it's just clicked as we were about to moor up, and I was like,
the
we
way
can have an anchor.
the way Montrose has been docking quote marks your ship is he's basically been using like a series of ropes to tie like to 4 different trees attached to the mast, which kind of holds it in one central place. It's it works. The problem is it's extremely vulnerable to the ropes being cut, and it takes a lot of time to do compared. Yeah, no, you all ran
When
off
we
far
get
too
back.
quickly with the quadruplets.
Yep,
bollocks.
I realised. I was like,
I'd completely
shit.
forgotten. But the second
Well,
Ben
that's
mentioned
the
it, it was like,
quartermaster's job, so it's not my fault.
Really? We have to go on a secret special mission to under the sea with a
Look,
bunch
you
of
got that
twins.
fucking magic cube. You don't go bitching at me. I saw your eyes when you had that magic cube. So, no. Like, he waves his finger a little bit. No.
Look at you just bitching at me. Oh, never mind. I don't really care that much if you. Yeah, just do you.
Well, we just need a fucking anchor.
Right.
Oh,
We'll get it again when we get back.
the
We
ship
will get it
will be
sorted.
able to be tied to a series of trees where you have marked, though, Ben. For now, at least, it will work.
Okay.
The
So-
question is, are you planning on exploring the northern part the southern part, or the little itty bitty island in the middle part?
I don't think Little Billy Island would focus in the. I can see some runes. So in the spirit of fairness, I'm going to roll a d4 odds and evens, and we get in that direction. In the spirit
Odds
of
are
fairness,
north,
yeah,
evens are south, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Josiah thinks it's a good idea to go south.
I
So we
mean-
go south.
You'll probably
Are
check both
these-
sides eventually anyway.
Oh yeah, we will. It's just. I see Rune. Ben can't get Rune out of Ben's brain. So to be fair,
That is technically
With
my
it-
fault.
Could I maybe say how far? We can't see anything at the ship on the line, can we?
No.
Like, Okay.
Just as a reminder, if I quickly take you back to the region map, each square on the region map is, I believe, 15 miles. Yeah. Underbelly Descent, the main chunk of the island is about 30 miles long. So, if it's roughly broken in half, so it's about 15 miles north to south on the two various bits. Do you know what I mean?
Is this island the same one from on the
Yes.
previous
yes,
map?
yes.
Right, okay.
It's
It's
just
that distance a
it's
lot further, yeah.
the problem is if I put it too close on this map, it just merges,
Yeah.
and I don't want it to merge.
That's fair.
Yeah.
There are some limitations like that. So the region map, it's slightly skewed in terms of scale, but the things like the island, the solo island map and stuff tend to be a bit more closer to scale.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you back on that now.
how tall are the trees around here? Are they like jungle trees where
yeah.
they're massive?
Yeah.
Or...
Dense, thick, heavy jungle. The trees are
Amazon jungle.
the trees are probably close to 40 to 50 feet with a thick, heavy canopy. You would imagine
you
it's
could
pretty
want-
humid once you're in
Would
there.
how high would our crow's nest be? Not that high, probably.
Probably 25 to 30 feet at most.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I
Should
said
we
the only thing
maybe-
you'd definitely see is the
Is the
mountain,
mountain.
because that goes above the tree line. You'd maybe
That's-
notice a
that's-
gap of trees on the northern little island at the very top of the map, but that's
Well,
about it. Go on, Carl, what was you going to say? Sorry.
So as we come down this channel,
Yes.
do we notice any sort of docks? Because I'm taking these snake people would have had some sort of dock themselves. Would have saw any sort of ruins or something?
You do
Nothing.
not see any form of like docks, even ruins of like no. You see like a large myriad of like heavy mud banks and like sandbanks.
Would it
So
not
nothing-
be?
Sorry, so
Would it
yeah,
not-
nothing man-made. Well,
Not that you
say
can see.
man-made. Okay.
The one thing you have to remember is the Yuan-Ti were rumored to be alive and active about 1,000 years ago. You're talking, this is the equivalent of like
Aztec
Romans?
runes, basically.
Romans?
Oh yeah.
Like in terms of age, I'm thinking.
Oh yeah.
Holla,
Yes.
can you climb that big tree just there for us and have a little look around? See if you spot any clearings, any sort of civilization that is a higher point than we go. Before we go rushing off into whichever direction, let's get our bearings a little bit first, maybe? Would that
Aye,
be
aye.
okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I believe I saw I had something called pittons. I believe that is the climbing gear.
Pittons, yeah,
Piton.
because essentially pittons are large like railroad spikes with like a hook on the end, and you use that hook to attach like loops or something to secure
Yeah.
yourself.
So yeah, using them to assist, I'll climb a tree.
That they would prevent you falling out of the tree, but you would still need to climb the tree to be able to put the pittons in. So
Yes. It's more. Oh, it's pittons are a safety thing, not a
Yeah.
climbing.
Yeah.
you know, like when you
Fair
do
enough,
you
yeah.
know when you do rock climbing and you have the
Yeah.
hooks at different points where you
Safety
attach.
lines.
It's
Yeah.
those you put. That's
Oh, okay.
pittons are used to put safety lines in.
Oh, okay.
You can still you would still need to climb the tree, but the pittons, assuming you did it slowly, safely, and you had the rope and everything, would prevent you from falling and taking damage. You would just fall,
Yeah.
dangle from the pit, and assuming you put it in securely, it would stay there, and then you would fix yourself, climb back up again.
Stop severe failure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I do have feather fall.
assuming they're used correctly, it would stop catastrophic failures, yeah, in theory.
Cool.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Can I get an athletics check then? And a survival
Athletics.
check. Yeah, athletics for climbing, survival check for your application and use of pittance.
Shit.
I will give you the DC's not too high on the survival because it's making sure you put them in the right spot and they're deep enough and anchored.
Athletics not my thing.
Right. Yeah, because unfortunately it's not acrobatics because you are literally hoisting
It's
yourself
a strength thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If you were like doing like roof jumping and stuff, I'd give you acrobatics, but it's just not.
Mm.
Luckily, well, unluckily, your pittons don't. You're not putting your pittons in very well, and you feel that they're loose, and if you did fall, they probably wouldn't hold you. Unfortunately, you do fall. Fortunately, you're only about 6 foot up.
Okay.
Because of the 7 in athletics, you
So I
fall
didn't
at the
get high enough
first
to
floor.
take damage.
You take 1 point of embarrassment damage because I think it's every 5 foot. It's a D6, but I'm not going to roll a D6.
10.
No.
Oh, is it 10? Oh, well, it's fine then. You don't take any damage.
Could the
I don't think I
rabbit
knew.
lads Barnett, can you
Yep.
climb? Are you good at trees?
I can try.
I have seen him jump
Rabbit.
quite a distance.
You come from a
That's fine.
magical tree land, don't you? So you might be good at climbing trees.
Yeah, but I don't really climb that much. I just normally go around them.
Fair.
Got a
Okay.
point.
Could
Got a
you-
point.
Can I, if once you go up, can I put Cobain like in, like on him and tell him like, just
Mhm.
so I can have a vantage point when, sorry, in character. Can you hold Kavan in your backpacks just so I can see when you get up there? Because this is no offense. I don't know if you'd be able to see what we're looking for.
Why didn't you do that to Polar? Because he's a small rabbit boy, isn't he? Look at him. And Polar's like a normal human size.
Captain, apparently I'm bad at climbing. Having
Oh.
extra weight would not have helped.
Fair.
Yeah. I will put him in my bag and I'll climb up.
Can I,
Yeah, Cobain.
are you
His eyes just pop out over the lip of the bag and
are
looks
you
out.
taking the pittance
Just-
to use as well?
I'll give him a go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Look
Can I
at
go
that.
Have them if you want them. Yeah.
athletics followed by a survival check?
Hehe.
Wait.
Oh, please. You
He's
are
not-
getting up that tree.
Hitting the pittance.
Yeah. Survival.
This is where
If he
he
needs
this is
to.
where he gets a natural one,
I
and
don't
then
have
you
to
guys
roll
are gonna run for cover.
It's
Falling
like
out the tree.
just raining down. Yeah.
That was the wrong roll. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Do a proper one.
Yeah, the tree doesn't it doesn't realise you're putting pittons in it, but
Yeah, hold on. Where is it? There it is.
Click
No, I
survival,
want to roll it.
please.
It won't let me. It's not let me do it. Oh my god!
Just click it.
I'm trying to. Things are moving as I'm doing it. There we go.
Why is it moving?
I don't know. I don't know what's
Liam, how
moving.
much have you had to drink?
No, I went to click it.
No, he just
And
needs
it's
his
rolled
fucking
away from me.
glasses. He needs his glasses. Right. You do manage to successfully climb the tree, and you make it look borderline effortless, actually. You're able to use, like, some of the vines that are, like, wrapped around the trees, along with the, like, you notice that the bark of the tree, while it's an old tree, you'd expect it to be quite hard and rough. It's actually rubbery and quite soft, and you'd probably put it down to the moisture that's in the air, as you notice, like, as you guys are on just the edge of the tree line. You notice that the moisture is, like, perpetually soaked the bark, and it's created, like, this quite soft flesh on the tree as you're able to climb up and up. And eventually you'll start noticing branches start forming around you as, like, you're high enough now where you're starting to break into the canopy and eventually towards the top. And you poke your head out and you're almost blinded by the light as, like, you didn't realize how dark and shadowy the jungle is beneath you because of how thick the canopy is, but as you kind of like poke your head out and you see the bright daylight. What are you looking for? What are you doing? Or are you just climbing the tree?
Rolled his friend out.
Just Liam and Barnet know.
I'm getting rolled his friend out, so I've got told to do. Take him off the
Okay.
ground.
Okay, I'm at the point that I see him disappear into past the leaves up ahead. I'm going to look through Kavane and
Is it the
Navarro's just going
Lion
to kind of
King?
like.
Oh, that's the fucking Lion King moment. There's a circle of
Just
life.
think of this as a visual. You've got the rabbit man holding the fox like a fucking sonar. Right up.
Well, it's like Simba. It's like fucking Lion King. He's holding him out like that scene.
Hi, Pyro. Yeah, no, so literally, you've got the little herring gun using the fox as a sonar, like arms up, like rotating round. Kavane, make a perception check, please.
So I have
Fucking
keen
amazing.
senses as a fox, so it's with advantage or roll twice.
Is that for hearing or smell, I believe?
Sight or smell?
Oh, sight, okay.
No.
So 9 or 13.
I assume for a fox it'd be hearing or smell like a wolf.
I think it's. I don't know.
believe
It
you.
was just on the thing that I got. Yeah.
13?
13. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you're on the southern side, and you see the large mountainous, like, rock formations ahead of you, and you just see, like, this, what looks like a meadow. Like, as you just see, like, this grassy layer just covering the top of the island, and it's relatively flat for the most part. A lot of the trees tend to grow to about the same height. There are a few outliers here and there that stick up a few feet below. And you can see there are chunks in places that, where there's, like, patches of trees that are, like, not there, where there's obviously, like, clearing or some sort in places, like, randomly placed throughout.
And that's just on the southern side. If I look across the river, do I see anything that way as well, or am I just? Am I being pointed in the direction of the way that we're going?
Well, I was just
currently?
assuming because you're on the southern side, you were looking that way. But looking on the northern side, you can see you don't see much in the way of like mountainous terrain like you do on the southern side. You do see a couple of patches of larger clusters of tree line that's missing. Because, and I would say you only notice it because you notice like large clumps of darkness, where like the shade from the canopy is like covering a lot and like creating gaps. You don't see that like flush layer of green as you have been.
So to the southern side, the only reason I say that is because Navarro did say that before we go rushing off in either direction, let's take a look around and see if we spot anything just in the area. That I'm not trying to meta,
No.
obviously. So to the south, we only see the mountain range and then just a thick blanket of meadow with small pockets missing.
Yeah.
Is that right?
And on the
And then
northern
to the
side,
north
you don't,
is-
it's relatively flat in comparison. It seems like the southern side is the hilly terrain. But you see a few larger pockets of missing tree line and things like that.
Right, okay. She'll come back, get a vision back from Kavan and turn around and go, so, it would be my estimation that they would either create... How far away? Can I guess how the distance between where we are and the mountain range?
Make a survival check.
Thank you. Oh, that'll be a cheeky 17. I feel like my rolling's getting better. It's been crap for 3 weeks.
Okay, a cheeky 17 ain't bad. You would probably, like, think that it's about 5-ish miles away, maybe? Before you start hitting the mountainous terrain. Because, as I've said, like, the top half and the bottom half, it's roughly about 15 miles to traverse top to bottom. So yeah, you'd probably say guess at about 5 miles, maybe.
It looks like there is a group of mountains about 5 miles away. I didn't see any. Well, we didn't go that side, so I'm not sure if there was a route out or something. It would be my estimation that they would either make settlement on the mountain or on one of those big clearings to the north. Barnett, you can come down now.
Okay.
Leah,
I just
how does Barnet get down?
Jumps them.
Jumps. Okay.
50 feet.
Make.
No, he's not even. He's not
Big
stupid.
mistake.
Not even
Are
he's.
you
not
sure you
stupid.
want to jump?
Are you
Leah?
sure?
No, I'll
Are
climb
you sure
down.
it's not stupid?
Oh,
I was gonna
thank
let
God
you.
for that.
I'll climb.
Okay. Can you make an athletics check? Takes you a little longer. Because you're trying to make sure you don't fall quickly. Like you try and because going down usually is quicker, but you want to make sure it's a controlled descent. But yeah, you can get down safely.
I thought you meant it takes longer than jumping. I'm like, well,
The big question is, Liam, do you attempt to retrieve the pittance as you go down, or do you just go down?
I'll try to take him back out.
Okay. Make 5 strength checks. Because you'd put one in about every 10 feet or so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, one of them is well and truly stuck, and you could keep trying. Like, this is the second one. Or you can just leave it behind, which I assume you would probably just
I'll
leave.
leave it behind.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
however many pittance you had, Paula, you are -1.
Okay, it doesn't say, it just says pittance on the
I
thing.
believe
Okay.
when you buy pittance, you buy them in packs of 10.
Okay.
I believe. Let me
This is starting gear. Oh, yes, quantity 10. Okay,
there you go.
cool.
Yep. So you're 9 now.
Cool.
So, Catan, to the mountains or to the clearing?
which one do you? So, I mean, the clearing sounds more promising if it's a big place.
Mm-hmm. I would estimate that. I don't know. I think that I couldn't see any bigger clearings to the south.
Mountains, like, mountains, a weird place for big city.
Mm. Also, it doesn't seem to mesh well with what we saw on Simon's Rest. They seem to have, created their ruin in the center of the place. I think it might be in the center of here as well.
Well, let's prepare to go north then. Have we got any provisions and things?
Oh, it's that way. I just point north.
Yep, gets his pirate backpack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone gets their backpacks, travel gear, and snacks for the travel.
Snackies.
As you will begin your ascent northward on this world and this island.
Mm-hmm.
Who is helming the travel? And can that person make a survival check as you try and take the least strenuous path roughly northward?
Lad's always got good eyes for this.
If not, can I support? And we can use my knowledge of seeing it through Kavan's eyes and my knowledge of always knowing where north is to support Vlad, to try and give him some sort of advantage over the situation. DM, would that be? Could I give him advantage by support?
It doesn't matter. Does not matter.
Oh, jeez.
I blame Liam. He took all the decent rolls.
Did he?
I mean, we won't go too far off track because we will still be heading north because I know
Yeah,
where
you
north
can't
is.
get
I'm not going to.
lost.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
might take us a little bit
The
of time.
issue is, though, that you take a path that is rather combative, takes a long time to get through, like dense with brush and things, and you're spending
Oh, Danny, you misunderstand. This was deliberate. We go on the scenic route.
Right, okay.
He knows.
It's not like we're running out of time or anything. Okay.
Adam, you haven't rolled yet. Can you do me a favour and roll a d8 for me?
Ooh.
This is the number of hours it takes us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 Tarasks.
Ah, I see you've done your journalism. But instead, Ben, it is 5 Lich Tarasks.
Oh no.
They have phylacteries. And do you want to know what's even worse?
Someone's logged off. Someone's gone.
No,
Someone's
but
gone.
Ben,
I'm out.
they're each their own they're each a phylactery for each other, so they're all
Oh,
immune
God.
and vulnerable at the same time.
Oh,
Can you have another creature as your phylactery? I didn't think you could. I thought it had to be an object.
They're undead. They're technically corpses. They're technically items. Yeah.
I thought undead were. Never mind.
I'm about to say,
I'm
we're
getting
listening
too
to
much.
this now.
Bros,
Yeah.
don't meta the fucking joke. Fuck you.
I'm about to say, I made a throwaway comment. If you look into every single throwaway comment I make, we will be here a long time.
Yeah.
Cool. So,
But
how long has it taken us?
Right. You've been traveling for what feels like 2 or 3 hours. And Vlad being at the front, and I believe also being one of the most perceptive in terms of passive perception of the group. You notice ahead, and as you've been processing through the Signuk route, you've started noticing patches of ash and burning, like where patches of brush have been burnt away, like what you'd expect to see in a forest fire, but on tiny scales, where it's only affected a couple of trees and things like this, and large patches of brush. And ahead, probably, and it gets to about 50 or so feet because of how dense things are. You start to notice what would be perceived as firelight flickering off a couple trees in the distance ahead of you, about 50 foot away. You don't see the fire directly, but you see the light bouncing off some of the trees that are around you in the brush. And you can obviously see the light produced. Carl? No?
Yeah, I'm listening.
You do anything?
I'm not saying anything yet because I'm still trying to suss out what the hell this is.
Well, you see the
So we keep going then. If you don't tell us, we're going to keep moving.
You're going to
Yeah,
walk
let's
into
keep-
it.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry. I
It's
think
ahead
it's only
of you.
little bits.
It's
Oh,
about
and that's
50
You're
foot
the
ahead
big
of
person
you.
who spots it.
You're the person
Yeah.
who spots it first because you're the one
Forest
helming
fire.
I would
the highest
pause the
perception.
party then. I'd pause the party and go, there's some sort of fire ahead of us, guys.
And you know, and obviously, it tracks with the patches of burnt vegetation.
How big are we talking? Is this flickering? Does it seem to be
Not very big.
quite large?
Equivalent of a campfire.
Does it?
Hello?
Hello, Liam.
Hello, Liam.
Okay, both have broken.
campfire, did I?
Rose hasn't broken.
Oh,
It,
God,
it doesn't look like a campfire
Wait,
to me.
has she
It's
gone
obviously
now?
on the
She stopped-
shrubbery.
What?
Rose? Oh, there we go.
I'm here. Hello.
Yeah, so it's about as big as a campfire.
Okay.
Hmm.
And the patches that we've been going past, they don't seem like they're footprints or anything. They just look a
No,
little bit
it
like
looks
something.
like something burnt an area and it's spread a little bit, but it's not gone to a full forest fire. They're rather localized and small and spodratic, random.
Josiah draws his weapon and his buckler.
Seeing that, I'll ready bow.
Do
I'll
you
go
want
with
me
short
to?
bow.
I can send in Kaban if we want to have a little closer look.
That could be a possible
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah,
Cool. I'm gonna send in Kavan
Okay.
and
Is he gonna
I'm gonna
stealth?
lose my vision. Yeah, he's gonna stealth.
Can you make a stealth check, please?
Yep. Stealth?
Please.
Have we gone through now?
Does he have advantage or is it an 8?
It is an 8.
Okay. It's hard to really stealth when a lot of the vegetation creates either a mix of rustling, crunching, or you're stepping on the soot and now like dried branches that like snap beneath feet. You are visually obscured, but audibly you are overt. As
Do we hear this?
Yeah.
Almost like him not being stealthy.
well, yeah,
I'm
because
gonna
as he's
get
trying to-
ready.
as he's trying to hide in the brush, you see and hear the rustling.
As soon as it looks like if I can even get just a glance at the thing, I'm gonna pop him back, if that makes sense. I'm getting ready to zip him back if there's any trouble.
Okay.
Like banish him into my ether. His little pocket dimension that he goes.
Slowly forward and forward, you move. And eventually, passing some trees, through some underbrush, you eventually catch a glimpse at what looks like a large, burnt and hollowed out tree that's probably like 10 foot across. That's like basically been burnt from the inside out, and it's created like this like teepee type hut type thing. And inside, in the middle, you can see like a small fire. Make a perception check.
As Kavan? Because I'm
Yeah.
looking through his eyes at the moment.
Yeah.
I keep closing down. I created him his own little like monster sheet, if that makes sense. He's not a monster, but do you get what I mean?
He is
Like
a
a little
monster.
NPC thing.
Mm.
You're not a monster. It was just easier to do that rather than
I like that.
searching
He's not a
every time we play.
monster. I was dead whimpery. Like, no.
He's a fey beast in the form of a fox.
He's a Phaenus.
Oh god. 22.
The one thing that he spots and the one thing that he notices is it's not fire in the normal, natural sense. It is fire-shaped. And it has the form of something recognizable, at least to you, but not in its form. You notice the fire is in the shape of what looks like a litter of kittens, curled up and huddled in like a small den inside this burnt-out tree.
As soon as I get this vision, I am going to pop him back at this point. To me. So he goes into his vision and I snap out of his vision. He goes into... You get what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
using
yeah.
the find familiar ability to take him out
I
of the
am
situation.
more than aware of what you meant, yeah.
Yeah. And Navara says very, very quietly, it is some little fire kittens. I suggest we just go around.
Well, what's a fire kitten?
It's a kitten on fire.
Oh.
Do you
Okay.
want to make a history check?
History.
No, anyone who wants to discern what the fuck she just said, and if Nivara wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
History.
can do it if needs me. Oh, it's like the tides have turned. I've been rolling terrible for about 6 weeks. It's really been bugging me. I'm now 24. Here we go.
Okay. Hi, Siren. Josiah and Barnett, you two have no clue what kitten that's on fire is. Polar, you've heard rumors of like creatures made out of the elements themselves, but you've never heard of anything described as a kitten, and like your mind is immediately brought to like large hulking monstrosities made of rock, water. You've seen a water elemental, you fought one, or at least you diverted away from one at the south side of the Ivory Sands Outpost Island, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Dax, you don't recognize how she's describing it, but you actually, given where you've come from, you actually have seen one of these creatures. As it was a part of the collection that was held where you once lived.
Yeah.
And essentially, it is small elemental creatures, and this is also what Nivara would be aware of, but Nivara would know a little more. They're known as cinder kittens, specifically, and they are elementals that take the shape of felines. More specifically, not domestic cats, more like lynxes, like, you know, they're weird in betweens, like big cats.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
about that sort of size. The ones that Naivara has seen as described are very much kittens. It's a den that's been found.
Do I know? Sorry.
No, they're not openly aggressive creatures. They are predators. They are hunters, but they act very much. Their nature is almost entirely like a lynx, but they are elementals, and they are exclusively flame elementals. You don't find air, water, and earth equivalents. I would say
So?
Dax has seen one, but didn't know too much about it, whereas Naivara knows a lot about it, but has never seen one until now.
Off the end of the stick.
I suggest that we just give them a wide berth. They are snuggling. It's rather adorable. I do not want to fight these creatures.
Yeah, you'd only attack if you provoke them anyway.
Don't,
Exactly.
Don't sound like you could domesticate him and put him on a ship. So yeah, let's.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Put the fire
Let's a
cat
fire
on a wooden ship.
Yeah, Daddy, I was right there with you.
That would be fantastic. Yes.
His eyes work. Yeah, he's like.
Good idea. No. Can we like just move around quietly, slowly, and get out of range of them? If that makes sense, just give them a wide berth.
Only if you can make me an adequate stealth check. All of you.
Oh dear.
I think we're best to wait a moment for Ben.
I'm at disadvantage. That's why I rolled 2, by the way.
Yeah, I know, because of I think you're the only one in heavy armor in the group. While we wait a moment for Ben's stealth roll. Hi, Siren. How you doing? Yes. Ding.
Siren of the Seas.
Oh no, in the chat, Adam.
Ah.
There's someone called Siren, and they are lovely.
Ah.
Well, I hear they're lovely.
You hear the lovely, but might not be.
Zoom with the random soups of throat, couldn't swallow it, hurting.
Oh dear.
I've never done it. But one of the old remedies that, because what my business teacher when I was in college was from Singapore, and he had a lot of old school remedies. Apparently it doesn't taste very nice, but one of the best things for flu symptoms and things like that, turmeric and milk. Apparently it's really good at soothing the throat. It doesn't, he did warn, it says it doesn't taste nice, but it is really good at soothing symptoms. Same with honey. Like honey in water, or honey in lemon water warmed up, so it's it's hot. Can also help a lot. But we're doing good. They're exploring an island, and it's definitely gonna go fantastic. Definitely, isn't it? Isn't it, guys?
Here's the lemon rolls.
We can always leave. We don't have to fight them. Just saying that. Everyone do what you gotta do, but we're trying to leave.
Yes, these defenseless kittens. Let's murder.
Yeah. I know what we're like sometimes where we start a fight, we're like, oh, well, we have to fight. We don't have to fight. We can just leave.
Yeah, it'd be
Where
a good
is
idea,
Ben?
because it'll put a coating on your throat. Well, Ben just said burb, and he's not back yet. Might be burbing on us. And as we wait, we will wait. What's the
dear.
worst that can happen?
Oh. Is this a Ben?
Maybe. Oh, Ben, can you roll stealth,
Hello.
please? You literally left
Yes.
right as you were required to make a roll.
Oh no. Bad timing. There we go.
Yes. Some of you are distinctly more quiet than others. Some of you are built for cruising, not for smoozing. And unfortunately,
Not
Nivara,
smooching.
Barnet, Vlad, this terrain is inadequate for your strengths. At least in the strength of being quiet and unseen. As you continue, you try to make a wide berth and you continue to go around, but you are rather loud and rather obvious in the process.
Just keep going. Let's just get away from them. Maybe they'll just not follow.
And you hear the noise of felines making calls and like calling out.
I'm guessing we speed up at this point and just start taking off. Like, we don't have to engage if we don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear it's like proper kitten, like high-pitched mewing, like it's...
Oh, we're not fighting the cat, guys.
You literally... like, there was-
It's mummies though I'm worried about.
you literally
Yeah,
just
just
woke
leave it
them
alone.
up and now they're like all like hyped and like calling out.
Let's just go.
Yeah.
And at least we kind of know where they are, so we can avoid them on the way back.
I thought you were going to say so we can kidnap one of them.
No.
Okay. Vlad, if you're continuing to helm after running past these creatures, as they are distinctly slower than you guys, so making a quickened pace, you are able to leave. Can you make another survival check, please, as you continue your way northward? Oh. You will have that advantage because I believe Nivara is still helping.
16 was the highest of the two.
Oh shit, I saw the 7, I didn't see the 16, my bad. Okay, 16, cool. Okay, you continue past and eventually you start noticing the patches of burnt vegetation dissipate. It's obvious that a way of discerning those creatures' territories, that in the damage around. As Europa Universals 4 loads up, Ben.
Thank you.
um,
It's my football manager, if that makes sense to you.
no, it's a game you can just like shut your brain off to.
Yeah.
No, I get that fully. But anyway, you continue northward, and can everyone make a Constitution saving throw? As you've now been in this dense, hot, humid jungle for an extended period of time. Vlad, unfortunately, will have disadvantage because basically you're wrapped in metal.
Hold on a second. Hold on, I've got things I can do, I think, with this.
But a little reshirt works.
What?
I have big hats and flouncy clothes, except for the breeches or whatever you call them, the like legging things that I upgraded to after Paulus recommended. That's what pirates wear.
Lady trousers.
Everyone
Lady trousers.
Everyone passes except Polar and Dax. As you two, although your clothes are apt and you're not unfamiliar to these territories and these environments, the heat is affecting you guys, and you're starting to sweat profusely. The air feels thick and like hard to breathe. There's like it's just so humid and warm, like a sauna.
Even though I don't breathe.
I'm about to say he's undead. Does it count? 'Cause yeah.
That's a good. Yeah, that's what I'm looking up now.
Because he's a corpse, so he might
Um,
smell a bit, but does he actually
You would still,
feel
well,
the heat?
it's more descriptors, but you would still be affected by heat. You're not immune to
Yeah. Oh no.
that. But yeah, you're immune to my flavor.
Just about.
As you won't take a point of exhaustion, but what you will do is while you are still in this type of environment, you will gain disadvantage on skill checks. It's the equivalent of being poisoned. You're gonna have disadvantage on skill checks and attack rolls, because essentially you're really having to concentrate on like just keeping everything together.
Yeah.
It's distracting you a little bit.
I think I've got things, ways around it.
Yeah.
Eyeing up Ray of Frost. If I Ray of Frost my water skin, will that cool it down, or will that actually do damage? Can I cast Ray of Frost without doing the damage?
Actually, let me read how Ray of Frost is described, because I would allow something silly like that.
A frigid beam of blue-white light streaks towards a creature within range. Make a ranged melee attack against target on a hit. Takes 1d8 cold damage. And its speed is reduced by 10 feet. Can I cast it but gently do it and not do the damage?
I would allow it. Yeah, essentially, like you cast it into the air and then kind of like walk into it.
And just hold my water skin into it, and then I've got cold water.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I actually like that. I will allow that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And while
It
essentially while every few minutes you have to keep refreezing it and stuff. So long as
Cantrip
you,
anyway, so yeah.
so long as you keep doing it, I will allow it. Yeah, because I like that. That's clever.
Cool.
Okay. The trees and the brush begin to make way for different visualizations. You notice that the flora and the trees are all differently shaped as you start pushing on. Like, and it's not like they all just suddenly change, like you walked into a different area, but like, you know, it's like a few trees here, a few trees there, a bush here. And they look oddly changed. And make an insight check, all of you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Dax, you're the one that notices it first. But you obviously you see there's unusual flowers and plants that you haven't seen in the rest of your travels. You notice that some of the flora is like taken on odd shapes, and you recognize them as like chairs, tables.
Furniture?
Yeah, you notice that the plants have been naturally manipulated. They've not been like cut down and then made into, but they have been grown and bent into natural furniture-like shapes. You notice that there's like a bush that's been grown very dense, and the top has been flattened in a way that creates like this weird tabletop. You notice like these smaller, younger trees and like bent in like these weird S shapes that create almost like seating. And you notice these small clusters, and you notice that a lot of the flowers are more vibrant and they have like a glow to them.
Does it seem like magic's been used heavily by a person here? Rather than this is not natural, right? This looks like magic.
I don't think what you're looking at is natural. That is clear.
No. Could I tell?
Without any form of detection, it's impossible to tell what's done it.
Can I use May's hand just to try and touch one of these plants, see if anything happens?
Yeah. You summon the spectral mage hand and it just floats out, kind of just gently brushes at some of the leaves and it moves. Reacts exactly how you'd expect plant being molested to move.
Does it look recent that this has been done? Or does it look to be some sort of like after overgrowth?
The plants look in good shape and they seem to be relatively healthy and stuff, but you wouldn't have a clue.
Like, it's more so like, does it look like someone? So for example, does it look like a bush has just been pruned, or it's a couple of weeks past
They don't
pruning?
look like
Do you know what I mean?
they don't look like they've been cut or anything like that. No. They look like they are fully naturally growing. It's just they seem to take on these obscure shapings and forms.
Is it small furniture, or our size furniture, or big furniture?
Relatively humanoid.
When he touched it, was it like, if you touched the chair, is it solid enough to actually sit on, or is it just mimicking a chair?
You can try, if you may park off.
Why?
I was asking when the mage hand touched it. I guess if I can get
Well,
Dax
it was just
to
touching
give
leaves and
give it a
stuff.
shove. Give them a shove, see if they're actually
Wait.
built for function.
Why are we planning to take a little seat and rest on this?
Well, no, I'm just
very-
wondering if they're faking to be furniture, or are they actually grown to be furniture?
Looking around, do we see anything else, like any sort of abode, home, anything, or is it just a bunch of furniture in the middle of a jungle?
Well, it's not even like arranged in like a living room or something like that. It's scattered around. It's random. Not every single plant, not every single tree. It's just random. Then you'll notice as well as you're taking a moment to look. Some of them are. They look misshapen in the sense of if there's one tree, quote marks, that is in the form of a chair, but you notice that some of the parts don't look like they should be moved in different ways, but it's just misshapen and just not fully chair-like, if that makes sense. Or you'll find like something so it's clearly like these are like if something or someone influenced these to be furniture, these almost look like failed ones.
Looking around, is there any other signs of a person's been through? Like, are there any tracks around here? Are there any like knocks in the wood, like
Survival
someone's
check.
trying to determine a path?
Survival
Thank
or
you.
investigation?
I am going to do investigation because I'm going to look like properly, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Look at all the trees and whatnot.
Yeah. It's just more of the methods, because investigation is just looking over things, whereas survival's looking for like more unique tracking type stuff.
Yeah.
23. You do carefully look over everything. Can you like kind of move and manipulate around these like plants? And they do move, they do flex. They are essentially they act completely like normal plants, just they have a bit of vibrance to them and a bit of a natural colouring, maybe some flowers that you probably wouldn't have expected to see growing here. But they seem healthy, they seem okay, and you're kind of looking through. And with the 23, you do catch a glimpse of what just looks like very faint and very worn, like they are almost hard to find, but you do notice the lightest set of footprints, bare feet, humanoid, in the dirt. And you see a few very light impressions just scattered around the area. Mostly around these creations is probably the best way to explain it. And you see them like all just scattered around, not in any like concise direction.
Kind of following around, do I notice any that kind of go off in any direction?
Northward.
Captain? Paula? Vlad? Barnett? Dax? And then she'll point at the footprints that are heading towards the north.
Oh.
Think
Oh dear.
we might be heading in the same direction as our
So
talented friend.
The
So we're not
carpenter.
alone then.
Yeah.
Sorry?
So we're not alone then.
No, I did not think we would be alone. I mean, it seems like, and this might be me being a little bit of an optimist, they just seem like a craftsman.
I mean, they're not designing torture devices. They're making
No.
making chairs. So
Yeah, you even see
Yeah?
like a really weird attempt at a cabinet that it just doesn't work. The doors are just non-functional. Especially because,
I
as you
mean-
see, they're trying to make it naturally, like without cutting or breaking anything. Because you notice none of these plants have been cut or pruned in any way. They are completely natural.
I think then we go in with the maybe in the way of making friends, not fighting.
I agree. I think if it's an organic carpenter, they're probably going to be sound.
Also, like we do have
That's
a chip.
metric. Just like, they make furniture without cutting the plants. Yeah, they're fun. Never alright.
They'll be all right. Like,
Fucking vegans.
I mean, we could maybe, I do not know how it works, but maybe they could make us some furniture because we have a serious lack of furniture.
You know what it's
or
going to remind me
walls
of? Has any of
on
you guys
the
watched
other
One
ship.
Piece?
no.
The anime?
No.
On the first
Well,
ship that they
No.
obtained, there was just a random orange tree just on the ship. You guys are going to end up with like a fucking tree just like growing on your ship, ain't you?
Tree chair, yeah.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
you're gonna have like about 7 trees
Yeah.
just growing, all made into like deck
Oh,
chairs.
the captain's chair.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Captain's chair.
randomly placed. It was brought on.
Yeah, I know. I know it was brought on, Carl, because it
Anyway.
was from Nami's Island.
Yeah.
But I just thought
I'm
the
guessing at
point
this point
is,
we're
like, that's what's gonna happen to you
continuing on.
guys at this point.
We don't want trees growing on there, please.
Like, so you carry on
We continue on.
tentatively and carefully, but with a slight hint of optimism, I want to say.
Yeah.
And you'll
why
notice that
not?
the trees, and the trees specifically, are getting a little sparser as you're coming in the vague direction, and you would probably guess in your minds, especially Nivara because you saw it, close to about one of the larger clearings that you remember seeing. And
That's how far roughly we've travelled. Do I feel like we're going to hit the other end of the island based on the amount of time we've travelled?
Problem is, you're aware that you took a slight scenic route, so you're actually kind of unsure of exactly your bearing on the island, but you've been travelling now for close to 4 hours.
Does keen mind
And
just
knowing-
do direction, not distance?
You always know where north
And
is,
time.
and you know the
Yeah.
exact time of day. That's it. And
It's
you
ti-
remember,
it's
and you
time,
can,
not
and you can
distance, yeah.
recall everything exactly from the last month.
Well, I know when we arrived at the island, it wasn't specifically large, and it's taken a number of hours. So, would I be able to make an intelligence check to say, "Oh, we have been walking in circles for a few hours," like, because we would have hit the other end, wouldn't we, at some point?
Make a survival check, yeah.
Thank you. I'm just thinking, as soon as you said it was 15 miles, the top half is like.
Yeah, and the average party
16.
can travel on unimpeded terrain 24 miles in a 12-hour trek.
Yeah, so I based on the number of hours, can I tell? Well, even then, have we been going in circles?
You
at
do
some
feel
point?
like you probably should have gotten to the first clearing by now, and the fact that you're only closing on it now, it does. It's clear you have taken detours elsewhere. Exactly where and what issues made that happen, you're unsure. But yeah, you feel like something went awry. But you're on the right path now, which is the most important thing.
Cool.
If we need to,
Sorry?
we can go up another tree if we really need to.
As
Yeah.
you start seeing now, large chunks of stone mixed in with the trees and the vegetation. Almost
Any sort of markings? Sorry.
Natural or
no,
cut?
it's hard to tell because They look so damaged and worn. They're cracks and broken. It's really, really hard to tell, but make your own assumptions as you will, as this is the first real instance of seeing such things.
Are they
Especially on this scale.
randomly placed, or are they almost like within?
There is very
Could
few.
you tell they're like
there's-
archways?
You only see very few, and it's like large, like a small like cluster here, like one big piece there. It's random. It's hard to tell. But eventually, you will feel the ground firming beneath your feet as the like spongy moss and dirt. You start to feel as the mud underneath your feet is getting more compact and denser and rigid as you're on what you would probably close to consider solid ground now. As you keep pushing and you eventually do see like.
We hear anything as we're getting closer?
Make a perception check.
Any rustling, any sounds? Thank you. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, Danny.
Yeah, I know. You just don't want to hear me talk. I get it.
It's more so I just want to make sure we're not missing things. Does that make
It's fine.
sense? Because
Well, I've
we're
always
about
said-
to go into somewhere.
I've always said when I semi-time skip like this, just cut in when you need to, because you know
Cool.
I'd rather than me go, da da da. Is there anything you guys want to do? Wait 10 minutes for that awkward silence, and then I just talk, and it's just like just stop me. It's easier that way, and it flows better, I think. You don't hear anything out of the ordinary. You do hear, like, obviously the normal sounds of the jungle. You hear the rustling, you hear the birds, you hear small creatures swinging from the canopies above you and, like, clambering and climbing, and maybe, like, small creatures, like, dashing in the brush underneath your feet. But eventually you will start to open up the ground ahead of you as, like, you start to see small clearings now, like, properly, like, Spodratic with small trees, like, dotted here and there. And you start to see larger clusters of rocks, but these look in more purposeful, like, placement. They are extremely damaged and broken, almost beyond repair. If they were ever humanoid, it's impossible to tell now. They just look broken and disheveled and crusted.
Can I pick up a little piece of rock?
Yes.
If that makes sense.
It's got
can
like
I
a
tell, does it
chalky.
look-
It's got like a chalky texture to it. It doesn't crumble in your hand, but like you can feel like a layer of what feels like chalk dust. And it's got like this pale, like it's got like a grey outer, and then it's got like this slightly pale yellow interior, like a limestone almost.
I'm going to put it in my pocket.
Okay. I don't know how you're going to describe that one, but yeah, put that in your inventory.
Pocket rock.
Pocket rock, yeah.
It's more so, if I ever need to come back here, we've got something from the place. I'm thinking ahead. I'm planning. Also, this is a piece of rock from Underbelly Descent, and I am from the museum. So
That
it would make
island
sense.
rock.
I would obviously pinch it from places.
Island rock.
Oh god. We do not
I'm gonna
talk,
call it-
we do not talk of the island boys.
No, the island boys talk of you.
Anyway.
I'm going to add it. I'm going to call it Underbelly Descent Rock. So I know. There it is. If
Okay.
that's cool.
However you want to describe it.
I'm just trying to help. Okay.
Working on...
Well, these seem to be homes. Like, can I tell if they were, like, the out... Are they, like, that
Right,
was a wall
okay.
once?
Can you make a... Oh. History, survival, or investigation? I get what you mean in, like, is it the outline of, like, walls and stuff, like what you see in excavations? I get what you...
Settlement. Yeah.
I get what she means.
I'm going to use history because I'm a nerd. Oh, okay. 11! It's not terrible.
It's awfully difficult to really tell conclusively. Some of the rocks and some of the markings are in like straighter lines than others, and maybe some make like a corner. It could. It's not impossible, but there is no definitive yes. It's you are really unsure because you're dealing with rocks that could just be rocks. Even if they were purposefully placed, they could still just be rocks. They could have once been well-polished and cut stonework of an ancient civilization. Or it could just be nature at work tricking your brain. It's possible, but you really don't know.
Can we continue on at this point? Like, can we see a centre of town or something?
That's what I was gonna continue. And again, you keep feeling that the ground is definitively solid beneath your feet now at this point. It's still dirt and like overgrown and grassy, but it's firm. It's solid. And after traveling further and further, you do begin. You see like the clearing becomes bigger, and you all stop on the edge of the tree line instantaneously as you see there's a large clearing where it's all like grass, but you notice that the grass has been removed and it looks like large patches of dirt have been placed around, and you see with their back to you a humanoid figure that's currently like knelt but like sat to the side so the feet like kicking out, like leaning over a patch of dirt, like looking like they're messing with something.
I don't want to spook it. Let's announce our presence.
Humanoid figure looks to be rather tall, long black braided hair with like lots of things woven into the braids. You notice that the clothing that they're wearing is like golden in color, but it's like lots of fabric in like small like different trinkets and ailments, and you notice that there's like a teal sheer like veil that's worn over the top of it all.
Ahoy there!
You shout out, and the head, like, they kind of just stop what they're doing and turn the head, and you see that the eyes are not glowing, but they are golden. They are completely gold in color. There's no eye color, there's no iris, there's no pupil, there's none of that.
I engage friendly wave.
Yeah, and now you just see that it's a distinctly female humanoid as she turns to stand, and you kind of take a second, like, wait, no, she's far, but you swear that she looks tall, like ridiculously tall, and you notice that like she's, like I said, you can see like the sheer veil that like kind of covers the entire body with like the golden trinkets and clothing, and she gives you like a big warm smile, and she's got like, she's rather dark skinned, coloured, and she gives you like a warm smile and like a hand gesture.
Can we see her face? I thought you said she
no,
got
yeah.
a veil.
No, it's sheer, like, so it's like see-through.
Right.
But it's teal.
Yeah.
It's like a teal, like, I'm right in saying
Yeah.
Sheer is the material where it's like slightly see-through, isn't it?
Sheer, yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's wearing on top of.
Okay.
It's because you said veil, and I think we all jumped to that being over her
Well,
face after a while.
it's stylized like that, but it's like I said, it's sheer material.
Yeah, you can see through it. Okay, so.
And she kind of like, yeah, like gives you a slight half wave and kind of warm smile, and like kind of expectantly like waits for you to like come out of the trees where you like hiding around the corner of.
Oh, okay. We'll walk towards the.
Yeah, she'll also like start walking towards you, and as you get closer, you probably would guesstimate that she's close to 7 foot tall.
Tall woman. I mean, what?
And you notice that decorating the body, like with like around the tops of the arms, bracelets around the waist, on the hips, like she's decorated in numerous like trinkets, jewels, bits of like valuable precious metals of platinum and golds and silvers. Extremely, extremely well decorated. This, like, the amount of money that probably would cost to purchase this type of stuff, like, you're talking higher nobility levels. And you can't really tell who she's clearly looking at because, as I said, the eyes are just solid gold. As she kind of walks over to you all and goes, "Oh, I didn't expect to meet anyone today, but it's a pleasure. Who are you all?"
Captain Josiah Blacksoul at your service. And looks around, see if anyone else speaking.
I'm Barnett.
And as everyone else just kind of like, just is quieter than others. "Well, it's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Selena." And
Selena.
yes. And she kind of like, "If you don't mind," and she'll offer like a kind, warming like hug, just like greet you all properly.
Yeah, I'll hug the big woman. That's fine.
Don't have to tell him twice.
Yeah, she kind of just like puts the arm like, and she'll do it to every single person unless you don't, unless you'd be like, "No, I'm good," and she ain't gonna like force it. I don't believe I'll have enough places for you all to sit unless you're all okay with the floor.
The floor's fine. We've been on the boat for many weeks now, so we're used to.
Follow me. And she'll kind of like turn, like she'll leave the what you now see when she moved out the way is like she was like obviously clearly gardening in some sort. You can see this small plant that is sticking out of the dirt. That you can see some dirt that was piled that she was clearly moving and pushing into place.
As we're moving to wherever she's moving us to, I'll sort of fall back beside Navarro and be like, "What is she?"
Yeah, I was about to ask. Can I tell? She's got gold eyes, right?
Gold, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Make
Is there any signs?
Nature, history, religion, or arcana. Whatever you think is applicable.
They're all very similar.
It's not about the raw bonus you get. It's more what you think is applicable. What is your instinct telling you she might be, to then roll into, to like essentially which folder of information do you open, because you might not find anything there regardless of what you roll is the point, or it might be very small amounts of information or vast. Depends how ballpark correct you are.
I'm going to use history because Navarro would be going back for when she if she's read a book, maybe specifically, and is going back into her own internal.
No, that makes sense, because I like doing checks like that, because if I just said, say if you found a demon and you wasn't sure if it was a demon, and I told you to roll religion, you're instantly your mind's instantly. But if I tell you, okay, here's your options, pick one, you've then got to use the little herrings that I put out there and kind of think a little bit. It requires a little more investment, but I think I prefer it because I think it's cool.
I vibe with it. It's cool.
Okay.
So good.
You notice, like, because she's got the hair back and it's braided, you can see that the ears are slightly pointed as well, at the tips and things like this. You notice, like with the golden eyes and things, there are a few creatures obviously share such, but a lot of it, especially with the flora and things like this, the things you've encountered, it does breach Fae a little bit to you, and you can't quite shake that out of your mind. With the flora, with the plants that shouldn't normally grow here, or that seemingly are growing here unnaturally, and the other weirdnesses and inconsistencies, it does come across a little bit like Fae.
Ben's got an idea, Josiah does not.
She may be some sort of She seems to be Fae, but I can't tell if she is maybe some archfey that has made their path across.
I
She's
mean,
very tall, or a
she's better
dryad.
better looking than Barnet, so I'm glad some Fae. Luke.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh God.
I'm being bullied. Can I make a complaint, please?
We do currently not have a HR department on the ship. You can create one if you want and be HR, Barnet.
Okay.
Liam, for real though, is Barnet better looking than the tall, sexy Eladrin?
No.
Well, that
I don't think she's Eladrin because she's got like. Usually Eladrins mimic a season, don't they? So they
true.
mimic like spring, summer, and she's not mimicking a season. That's why I went more for Archfey or even Hag. But I don't know.
Can I make another
They can
complaint,
take an
please?
appearance of a beautiful
Can
woman.
you make what, Liam?
Are you?
Another complaint.
Okay. Can you
It's
submit it
called
to
human
me?
You're HR.
Liam, can you submit
It's
it
called
to
human resources.
Can you submit it to
Wait,
me on a
HR
no, Liam. I need it in a postcard, please.
No, it won't work. It's HR. You won't.
What?
Sorry, you're submitting a complaint because somebody at work doesn't want to harass you.
Wow, that's HR. It's human resources, not me.
Oh, he needs
I'm not
FR.
human.
Pay
Yeah.
resources.
That makes zero sense. Then.
Actually, no,
I'm really
HR no,
upset
HR
because
would still-
someone doesn't want to sleep with me.
HR would still make sense because it'd be humanoid resources in this world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Rather than saying
Okay.
it's human, it's humanoid, isn't it?
What the fuck's happening?
Yeah.
But either way, you notice that there is a small tree that's like been bent and it's leaning forward and like in like a almost 45-degree angle, and it creates like this large like shaded area. But you notice as she like kneels down and like picks up like the moss and gently just lifts it, as you see like there's essentially this is like the equivalent of a door. She's got like a moss carpet that is covering like this small stairwell that's made entirely of stone. It looks completely different. It's distinctly non-natural. As she'll kind of just
yeah.
step
before
into
we-
it. She kind
I'm
of has
so
to duck
sorry.
her head right down and like step into it.
Just Celine, was it, or Selena? I
Selena,
did not remember. Selena, I do apologize. Where are you taking us?
well, I didn't think you would want to be outside, so this is where I rest.
Okay, I did not mean to offend. It was just the
It's
fact you
fine,
said
it's
like
fine.
follow us, and we've been following you, and now we're going underground. I just wanted to check. where we were going.
Where I'm taking you, it's... this is where other people once called home, and I'm just merely using it for the time being.
The other people?
Yes.
Who was that be?
I don't really know myself, but come, you'll see, you'll see.
Insight check.
Okay.
She seems quite clever.
With a double N, Josiah, but yeah, that's it.
18.
I mean, she seems jovial and welcoming to, like, she genuinely
more-
seems like, no, come, like, come look.
It was more the fact of when she said,
I know.
I don't know what was here before.
She
Okay.
she seems like, you gotta remember, insight isn't just lie detector. Like, I'm just telling you.
Also, can I mention that Nivara did not give her name because there was.
She didn't
asked,
say.
"Can I have your name?"
She didn't. She said, "What
I-
are your
I
name?" Like,
didn't
who
say
are
my
you?
name.
She said, "Who are
Oh,
you?"
did she say who are you? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I realised afterwards. I was like, if
No,
she is
she
Faye,
said. She said, "Who are you all?"
yeah, not getting that problem again.
Selena,
Hmm?
correct
Selena.
me if I'm Selena. Correct me if I'm being rude and asking this question. Like, I'm a human. She's an elf. What are you?
Well, people call me a few things, really, but I believe you would know me as a genie.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
A
fuck.
genie?
That's not a problem, is it?
No, I've just.
That was an
never
out.
heard
Sorry, that was an
you
out.
say-
Yeah.
No,
No, I mean you're very beautiful, so I was just
Yeah,
intrigued.
well, that is one thing that you do notice. Like, she does radiate beauty, like almost to an unnatural level. Like, she's rather like curvy. She's rather tall. She's decently broad, long, flowing hair, like unblemished skin. She gleams a little bit.
Danny,
Yes.
has Nivara ever heard of a Fey genie before? Or would she assume that usually Fey and genie are two very separate things?
Yes, they are. But don't forget, you only went down the Fey route based off what you perceived. It was not, you know what I mean? But you have heard of Genie.
I've heard of like Jinn and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, but I know they are usually elemental, not
Yes.
Fey.
Similar to the Syndicatons you saw earlier in the day.
Ooh. I mean, fortune
I'm just gonna
smiles
keep an eye
upon
out.
us.
I mean, just as a thing, do you guys follow? Because she only
Yeah.
steps down
Yeah,
about. She only steps down about 10 feet into the, and then you see her stand up again, and because the staircases are like for you guys' height. She has to like duck her head down, but then when she's inside, you know she can stand up again. And as you guys follow, you notice that she'll light like a few candles around the room, and you notice that there's a lot of like furniture made out of wood and plants and various different growths. You can see the walls were once decorated with like carvings and intricacies of artwork of clearly some different culture to her, but she's covered the majority of it with her own decorations of like plant work and things like this. But you can see
As
like
we're going
between some of
down-
the plants, you can see some of it like sticking through.
As we're going down, like we're going down the steps or whatever, as we're coming out into this room, and because Josiah had mentioned that he'd hung back with Nivara and had a conversation, could I assume that they were quite close to each other at one point?
Yeah.
Could Nivara have just whispered and tried to keep it as quiet as possible, if using his ability, and hoping he gets what that means?
He hears you.
Cool, thank you. But do I see any like markings on the walls? Any like fucked up mosaics, or are we just in an
Quite a few.
underground?
No, like I
house?
said, a lot of them are covered by like crawling vines and flowers that are growing on the wall. Obviously with no care to the previous occupancy, Selena has clearly tried to make it her own space. But you can see that there are carvings of text of Draconic on the walls, and you would know, as you have already encountered it, that Yuan-Ti people, their scripture is Draconic in base. Like it, because obviously a lot of languages share a lot of
Abyssal, usually.
It's no, I believe it's Draconic, because if I go to the monster manual, it
It's
says,
across. It's
it says Draconic.
Draconic script, and then
Yeah.
Danny,
Yes.
I wish to use my hell sight.
No.
Did you say I wish in front of a genie?
No, I'm joking. Well, this is out of character, obviously.
Yeah.
Until the end of my next turn, I know the location of creatures within 60 feet using magic to hide or disguise themselves.
Yes. Okay. So as you eventually get down there, you do notice that Selena does ping off that vision to a degree. You notice that she's clearly using some forms of magic to...
Change their appearance.
Yeah.
I will. You will nod to Nivara.
excellent. Selena, do you mind if I begin casting a little spell? Would that be okay?
What are you going to cast?
It is so I can read the writing on the wall.
Oh. By all means.
I mean,
And you'll kind of
so
see
that-
it. She's turned to sit, and you'll notice that there is like again, the flora furniture that was attempted, clearly, you can see there are some better pieces in here. She'll turn to, like, sit on what looks like a bench. And there's one other chair in the room, and the rest, it's like there's like a moss and vine and underbrush flooring that's like spongy under the foot, but you can still feel that distinct firmness of the stone underneath, which is similar to what you've been walking on up. As it's clear that moss and overgrowth and various different things have taken over to a degree.
Cool.
Selena,
I will begin ritually casting, what was it? Comprehend languages.
Yeah.
So it's going to take me 10 minutes, but
Yeah.
when it pings, just let me know, and I'll let you guys talk. Yeah.
Josiah says, Selena, fortune favours on us, our meeting here, because we were looking for these ruins.
Oh, well. I've been here for quite a while. I've been here for... it's a bit difficult to count, but I think like 30 years or so.
Oh, how did you find yourself here?
I like to travel, and I've been to various different places throughout the world, and some of the other planes even. It's good to be in different places, help people.
And are you helping anyone at the moment?
No, at the moment, I was just making myself somewhere comfortable to live. Is there anything you would need help with?
I think we're just looking to see if there's anything of value in these ruins.
I know most of them are damaged. There are some, like here, where the bits under the ground are okay, but most up there is gone.
So there could be items of value underneath in the tunnels.
I haven't gone too far, but possibly, yeah. Is that something you wish for, to go and find all these items and trinkets?
Danny,
Yes.
genies and wishes must be like it's like common knowledge, yeah.
Yeah. I would say not as in like you didn't think. I would say with you specifically, you probably didn't think they existed. You probably thought it was some just old codger telling a tale, like the same things like mermaids and bullshit like that. It's like legend.
But Josiah's allowed to hear the word wish in front of a genie and sirens go off in his head.
Yeah, you would be. I would say you would be more. You probably wouldn't be aware of the downfall sides. You would probably be aware of more of the legend of like, oh, genies can grant you wishes and stuff. Like, but you'll probably hear like the super stereotypical of you rub a lamp, you get 3 wishes. There are certain rules you can't wish them all. Like, you know what I mean? Like Aladdin type bullshit.
Yeah.
You'd probably be more aware of that type of thing more than actuality.
Yeah. Well,
I would say that would be the
some-
same for the majority of people, with maybe the exception of Nivara, because of how learned she is. But even then, her field was never really into creatures and bestiology, so even her knowledge would be limited.
Is that you offering a wish?
I could. Obviously, if it's something you want, then I could.
It looks at Nivara.
I mean, we want quite a few things, don't we?
Navara's in the middle of casting a spell,
she's
that
currently
will...
like, mumbling.
Yeah.
I would say you can nod or shake your head, at least.
She shakes her head, knowing usually these things want something in return. She doesn't know completely what it might be, but I'm guessing based on her extensive knowledge of dealing with people like this, might go somewhere. Does that make sense? Usually, powerful patrons want shit when they offer gifts. But she will continue to cast a spell and just shake her head.
Would we have to do anything for this wish?
No. It's one of... I've done it with a lot of people before, and It's just nice to make sure that people get what they desire.
And money's always good.
The shaking continues.
Do you want to get my deck of cards out?
Okay.
Um,
How do you play games?
I'm kinda. I do have a set of cards.
Okay. And what do you play?
Not more or less played, more or less predicts things.
Oh.
And I'll get my Terradix deck card out.
Alright, I'll pull up your list. I know where
I'm-
this is going.
I'm curious to see what cards are going to be drawn.
Oh, for Selena.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is where.
it's going to take Danny a second to buffer.
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly read the because what it is, I was going to quickly read the cards and see which ones would.
Yeah, I'm just getting the list up myself.
At least by the time this is all done, my comprehend language would have solved it, so I can get
Yeah,
involved
yeah.
and
I'll get to
figure
that.
out what the shit's going on. Even though I have a theory, but let's see if it works.
Okay. You start to look over the cards, and it's weird because when you've done card readings before, you get like a natural gravitation to certain cards, whereas it's just so erratic. Like a lot of cards fall out to the hand to be picked, and then just as you're about to, they like lose all important, as if no, I'm good. Eventually, one does bring itself to you, and it is the card of the Raven. However,
Right.
half of the artwork is inverted, half of the artwork is not. The card, it's like you've cut it in half, flipped one of it like the wrong way around, and then stuck it back together. It looks really unusual.
Yeah, it's having difficult reading it.
Yes. You also get the card Donjon as well.
Yeah.
That is it. Can you make an insight check?
Yeah, because now I'm a little suspicious.
Okay. With the Raven card, obviously, you're aware that it's usually a very, very good card.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's half inverted and not fully inverted, almost, it's very confusing, and it's almost like a yes, but you can, but you know what I mean? There's like a weird monkey's paw type
Strings
thing
attached,
to it.
yeah.
The Donjon card is really interesting though, because that more or less ties in to the person and the personality and the mind space of the person you're reading, and it reads a lot of isolationist, self-imprisonment, be it physically or to their belief systems or things like this. It's like they are locked into doing something. And that's what you get.
Is it possible just to like stall Selena until Nivara's done her thing?
Yeah?
I'll just do that because
I mean, I was going to go to Rose next anyway, once the cards have been done and once Adam, well, Dax
oh yeah, by the
explains
time
whatever
that's
he
done,
wants.
and, yeah.
Yeah.
So what does it mean? Anything good?
The Raven card here is half. It can't decipher what it is.
Oh,
Normally means something hidden. The Don card. The Don cards means like isolation of prisons, imprisonment.
I'm not in prison. I can go whatever I.
But
Huh.
how long have you been isolated for, though?
I've been here for a while. I haven't seen many people. But I wanted to be here.
What happened
Is it-
before here? Like,
Say that again, Ben.
you would just be, just be like, what happened between your last place and here? Did you have to leave somewhere? Maybe that's it.
I get bored, and I lived in a city.
Danny?
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question before you continue on? Have you intentionally changed her accent, or is it a slip?
It's a slip.
Okay.
It's a slip. I just realised. I now you've said it, and now I'm thinking about it. I realised.
I'm sorry, you've gone to Irish or something, and I
Yeah.
was like,
No,
Yeah.
that was me. That was not the character.
apologies.
No,
Carry
no,
on.
no.
You
I
cancel
can now
myself.
fix it. That's the point.
Mm.
Well, I mean, I lived in a city before, but I wasn't too much that was nice like here. The plants, the trees.
Danny, you-
I know. Shut the fuck up. I can't. I forgot what it was, and I've lost it. It's gone. It's in the bin.
She's Irish now, it's fine.
She's Irish now.
It's new now. We're just
Yeah, it's in the bin now. I can't. I forgot.
Hey, I'm sorry.
My problem was because it took so long to figure out which cards to pick. I forgot the fucking accent.
It was very posh and very. It sounded a
gone.
little bit
It's
like.
gone.
Okay, cool.
It's
Never mind.
gone.
it's, fine. it's like American.
I'm not
yeah,
even
no.
gonna try. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
as she explained, she used to live in the city, but she got disheartened with the lack of like flora and plants and trees and green. I mean, I used to live with a lot of different people. I helped a lot, but yeah, this wasn't me.
So maybe that's it. You just chose to live in somewhere where there's not a lot of people. It's your own isolation.
I mean, I still want to help people, but just wanted to be somewhere that was nicer. Rose, you're deciphering
What?
would have about now, because it took a while for that reading because of the indecisiveness of the cards and the cards playing silly bastards. And eventually your comprehend languages will pop, and you'll notice Selena will kind of like look over in your direction, obviously feeling some reaction to it, and just kind of like carries on talking to you guys. Like she kind of looks up and just looks back. But yeah, you notice that the script is draconic, and it now starts to be understandable to you, as essentially you read names, and what it looks like is this was a living space for however you would call Yuan-Ti that live together like a family or something like that. Are they families? Are they classed as? You don't.
I don't think they had families, but it would be like.
Yeah,
Just a group.
This is what I mean. It's difficult for you to really like. You would akin it to family, but it's like, do Yuan-Ti ever consider family? And essentially, it's small lines of script, like just talking and marking history of what the people that lived here did, essentially. You can see.
Yeah, at this point.
Oh, go on.
As any talking's going on, Navarro's like moving around the back of the room and just like reading it. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of
Standing
it
up,
is
almost with her
missing,
back to
like I said.
everybody.
A lot of it is missing
Yeah.
unless you want to rip down the plants on the wall.
Can I shift them aside a little bit?
No,
just
like
so I
they're
can
like
see if
creeping
there's
vines
anything?
where they stick to the wall and are growing on the wall. Like, you know, the ones that you see on the side of like houses in the countryside. So you've got a choice. Are you going to rip them down or not?
Selena, would you mind if I move these vines? I would like to see what is underneath.
Just be careful. They're delicate.
As in, I would need to have them off the wall.
Oh no, they stick. They're attached.
What I am asking is, can I take them away? My accent's wavering. Wait. What
We're
I'm trying
both
to say
having
is,
wandering. It's okay.
yeah. What I am trying to say is that
You kind
I
of just
want
see
to see
like
what
an,
is
I
underneath.
was gonna say you kind of see anguish on her face like immediately.
I am sorry, but I could tell you what is going on in the space. It seems to be a little collective of people, and like not unlike that family, but you auntie did not have families that were living here. So you can see here, this is marking somebody how tall someone is growing. Over here, there is like a chore list, and she'll like point out these different things. And I just want to see what is under here.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. And she'll begin
Yeah, and but
peeling
you'll
the
see
vines
she
off.
kind of it was very pained the way she said it, but yeah, she will allow you.
As she's doing it, she will go, I do have one question for you, Selena.
Hmm?
You have been here for how many years? Did you say 30?
30? Yeah.
Who was the last person you helped? And she's like pulling the vines off at this point.
I think his name was John, and he lived in the city where I used to live before. And he came to me and was explaining that his wife was ill, wanted her to be better. And so I did. I helped his wife get better.
What city were you in? She's not even looking at her, just like pulling down the vines at this point, just asking questions. Which city?
I think it was called no, that was where I was before that. It was Caledonia, I think. Yeah, that's right.
Do I recognise that at all?
Roll a history check.
Thank you. That seems real familiar. Oh, it's a 14. I mean, that's still pretty decent, to be fair.
You think you've heard it on the Zatsuki continent, but you're not sure where it is.
Satsuki is the continent
The
that...
central one, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So...
You believe that it's on the central continent, but you can't remember where.
Would I know that it's not in specifically a certain place? I know it's not there.
You're unsure.
Okay, cool. Cool. And what happened to this wife when she had been healed?
I don't know. I never saw her myself, but I know he came and thanked me and said that she was doing really well. I think this was like a while before I left, like I think 2 weeks or so. She had like an illness that none of the people that tried to heal her could fix, and I did.
Al, did you do it?
Well, he wished for it, and I made it right.
How did you become a genie?
I've always been a genie. I was born. Oh, yeah.
Where were you born?
Oh God, let me get the name of it. Okay.
I've got a real strong theory.
I know where it is, but I've just got to get the name of it because it's not something.
Okay.
It's not knowledge that I normally need on the top of my noggin.
It's okay.
Oh, it's just called. Oh, okay. I didn't think it was called that. It's essentially the elemental plane for Earth.
Oh,
I thought it had a weird name, but no, it literally is just called Earth. Okay, cool, thanks. There's literally air, water, fire, and Earth. I thought there was a weird name to it. No, there's not. It's just Earth.
Just
Yeah, no, literally, it is just that.
oh,
I think at this point
Town,
she's
USA.
removed. I think at this point Navarra's removed all the things.
Yeah, but
and
now
she's
you've got a
kinda
chance to
taken them
answer
out.
what she said.
I was just asking because I mean, I have heard stories before of genies, but never actually encountered one before.
Oh. Oh. Yay. You did. You did it. She's trying to be jovial with you, but then she kind of can't look at you at the minute because of what you're doing at the same time. She doesn't like it, but you know.
No, I get it.
She kind of looks at you, she cracks a joke and a wry smile, and then he's like, oh, okay, fuck. Yeah, she's doing that again. But, you know. But as you do, you finish, like, pulling it away. And it's not like you said, it's not like lines in the wall where, like, oh, Jimmy was this tall when he was 6. It's more like, it's more like a diary, if that makes sense. Like, writings on the wall, and it's, like, depicting of, like, actions people did, like how it mentions Vis, VISS, someone by the name of Vis, once conducted a ritual in the names of the elder gods and things like this, and it mentions about bringing sacrifices. You also mention about it mentions wars with other tribes and other groups of individuals, other races and things like this. It literally is like, you know, cave art paintings that you see where it's like, it's showing like, I did this, I did good. Well, this is more like a sophisticated version of cave art paintings where it's scripture detailing what the people that lived in this specific little group did. Like, and it names people for certain, like, heroic actions of, like, how one person captured, like, 7 people in, like, one, like, invasion and things like this.
Raid, yeah. Okay.
Does it ever mention a location or Sahir?
Sahir is mentioned, yeah. Locations are very vague for the most part, but you assume, based on how the wording of it is, it's referring to
Close.
here. Do you know what I mean? It's referring to what people did here, if that makes sense. But there are mentions of Zahir. There are mentions of clerical people that conducted communications with Zahir and rites of passage for those that died. There are even mention of 1 or 2 people who ascended their living bodies to be with the gods and become chosen, and various avatars and things like this. There are numerous mentions.
I mean, Naivara, she could do a wish for us. I mean, we could get a new boat, maybe.
No. Bear with me one moment.
I mean,
And she continues reading.
if you need a boat, I could.
No,
You don't need a boat.
I know.
And she
It's
kind
your
of
turn
looks
at this
between the
point.
two of you, like looks back and just. So you don't need a boat.
We
Wait,
need a boat.
please. Wait a
Put your
second.
homework down. I want a boat.
Okay. Navarra turns round at this point and then looks at everybody and goes, okay, please, Selena, do not take this with any offense. It is not meant. I'm going to speak very plainly and honestly because I do not know how to say diplomatically what I'm going to say. Cutting corners usually means that you end up getting bit in the ass. If we say, oh, I would like a ship, we get a ship from you. Thank you very, very much. That ship might be tiny. It might be massive. We have to specify very, very strongly.
Well, if you tell me
And
what
I
ship
believe
you
you.
want, I can. You know, if you tell me
Okay.
you want it with like this big or whatever.
Okay.
Or just money, and then
Let
we
me
buy
just
our
come
own.
out with it.
Yeah, or was,
No!
we wish,
Cutting
we asked
corners
for a
does not
certain amount of
help.
money.
No, but
Okay.
This is it's
just a
literally what I
question.
do. I help people, so I care.
Right. I am going to just come out
Pirates just
plainly.
have dollar signs in their eyes at the minute.
Okay. Okay. Shh. Can I ask very plainly at this point? And please understand, I do not mean offence, but how are you going to fuck with us?
I mean,
Because no one offers anything in this world for free.
That's true.
You're all nice, but none of you are that interesting to me like that.
I mean,
Rude.
Okay,
Shall we kill
I
her?
do not mean fuck as in, like, have sex. I mean fuck as in screw us over, do bad things to us. Even you must know that that is doing, seeing as
Well,
you seem to be
I
quite
don't
a rough older.
I don't screw anybody. I help people. They tell me what they want and what they wish for, and I give it to them.
Insight.
Yeah.
I mean, she could technically be telling the truth, but
Mhm.
Nivara's getting a ping, ping,
notice,
ping.
What you notice, Poller, is you notice that the eyebrows do raise like slightly, and like as in like a bit hurt actually, like genuinely like hurt. Like she feels a little sorrowful. Like she's genuine. Like she feels
trying to help.
yeah, she feels deadly genuine, and she's a little hurt that she thinks like people are thinking that she's gonna do.
Being accused.
Yeah, like she feels like you can.
Oh,
It's
no,
not.
no, 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 no,
It's
don't
it's
take
not. It's
this.
not terribly. It's not terribly obvious, but a 12 will do it. Like she's genuinely like hurt by what Nivara's just said.
Oh, what did the mean French woman do to you? No,
Everything. But no. She and as she explains, like, no, she just really wants to help people. Like, I just really want to help people. She's genuine.
I mean, like we will get a boat and it will help people. Like, surely that's.
Okay. Let me ask you a
Well,
question then,
We need a
Josiah.
fleet, really.
Let's
Wow.
hold your fucking horses.
For a penny
You know
and
what
for
I'm
a
just
pound,
waiting
you know?
for? I'm just waiting for one person
Okay,
to just
let me
randomly
ask
shout
you.
out, "I wish for this," and he's like, "Done."
The W word.
Danny knew what he was doing with this, so
Yep.
Okay.
It's great.
Josiah, Paula, Vlad, Dax, and Barnes. Let me all ask you a question at
She's
this
going
point.
mom mode. Oh no.
Oh.
She's not done the full names yet. You're okay.
You remember when we spoke to you all about what Josiah needed us all to do against Jacob, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Jacob was messing with a power and was getting gifts. I think, and this, like I said, this is us, this is not against you, Selena. Please understand, this is not me trying to do it. I just don't trust it. I mean, I don't even trust the gods. This might just be me, but from my years on this planet, I have learned that usually people try to take advantage of you. You're probably not going to, I understand that, Selena, but I do not know whether you would help the next person that walks along and says, "Oh, I want for Josiah to be dead," and suddenly Josiah is dead.
DM.
Yeah.
What is the name of a ship that would be like something we could actually crew? Because like
What?
No!
By name? By name? Do you mean the type of ship or the name of
Yeah.
a ship?
type of ship.
The problem is at the minute, because your crew, including the party, is like 10.
Yes.
It's you're pretty much running the ship that's ideal for you. But that doesn't stop you asking for like a man of war and then just going and getting a fucking bunch of mercenaries in the same vein.
Also, if you're going to ask for a ship and for gold for ships, why don't you just ask for him to be dead?
That's a good point.
Would that work? Can I ask for someone to die?
Ooh, that's a good point, actually.
Oh, there are rules on that.
If you're going to make a deal,
That's one thing that I've genuinely got to check, actually. Give me a
So
second.
did my
just saying, rather than all this fucking.
Well,
you're
it
gonna
cuts
do
out
it,
the
do it
middleman.
properly.
I mean,
How about, yeah, you could wish for that, and we could wish for a frigate.
Wicked.
Why? I don't. Yeah. If we're gonna fuck around with a genie, even though this is like a really bad idea, let's do it properly.
Right. Okay.
We could get Wade back.
Fuck that. You don't want to come back. I don't want the whiny bitch back.
Yeah.
Oh, can I ask a question? What we've got the letter somewhere in our bags, haven't we? The one that where it mentions an M name, right? Can I find that? I think it's in my bag. 'Cause it
Right.
was
I'm
gifted
looking
to
at.
us.
I'm looking at the the specific
Thank you.
powers around genies and stuff. I didn't hear what you said. Sorry, Rose. I'll come back to this because I was reading. Sorry. There are no limitations on what can be wished for. However, if you did say that out loud about potentially wishing for someone to die, I would say that Selena probably would explain that she wouldn't want to do. If you like, she really wouldn't want to directly do that to somebody.
Be the cause of someone's death.
She would happily give you the device to go and do it, but she wouldn't do it. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She will explain that if you wanted like a gun, I'm just using a random example. Like if you wanted a gun, she will give you the gun, but she won't cosmically shoot the gun.
It.
No, she won't do that because although there are no limitations on the wish, there are limitations on what she will have.
Yeah,
to do.
her as an entity.
Morals.
Yes,
Yeah.
She won't do it. Because just because you say "I wish" in front of her doesn't mean she has to do it. She can be like, no, I really no. Do you know what I mean? She's not legally bonded.
Oh, I don't know. I thought if you wish, the genie has to enact your wish.
It doesn't say that. It says they can.
I might just be thinking about gin rules as a standard.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Aladdin.
Yeah.
I might be thinking of Aladdin, or even just general gin.
It can do wishes on behalf of another creature, but it can't. It's not forced.
My next question was, Danny.
Go on.
We had a letter from someone with an M name, or M name got popped up around Wade, right? And Wade is a Massey.
Massey?
Yeah, he's descendant of genies. I think Nivara would guess that at some point.
Oh
knowing
shit! Yeah.
Yeah. Can I find the
know the
name?
name.
It was written down somewhere.
Oh,
It was on a note. Can I go through all my notes?
The thing is, I would have to really dig for that because that's such an obscure fucking thing.
Can we ask?
If it's from who I think it's from.
Yeah, it was an
shit.
M or something.
Hang on. I know exactly what you're on about now. I think I know where to find it. Give me a moment.
Discord DMs.
Marid. It was Marid. M-A-R-I-D.
Do you know Marid, Selena?
Let's roll and find out.
No, that's not who that's not the name I'm thinking of.
No,
I
I
don't think.
don't think so.
No, I'm after the whoever signed the name. Do you know what I mean? Because we got given a letter that said thank you for looking after Wade or something, or got a note that or something saying thank you for looking after him or something along them kind of lines. Was that Murid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you clicked on no, Matt?
I've got yeah.
No, she kind of no, I don't know Marid. I don't think so, no.
Okay, no bother.
Right.
I would not assume that you would all know each other anyway, but it was worth a shot.
The other thing as well, Ben, I just thought, you was thinking about size of ships. You could wish for a fully manned ship. You could wish for the crew. Just saying. That is involved.
Selena, do you promise that you will not find a way to make this bad for us?
I don't.
Well, can I? I want to rephrase the question.
No, I want it from.
I think Selena wants to help us. She seems very nice, and I think I can see Selena's genuine. What I think she's more asking is, when we wish for things, can it have side effects? Can it have a negative? It's not saying you're doing it, but
Exactly.
I mean, maybe? I don't know. If you want a ship, I will get you a ship, or If you want the gold, I'll give you gold. Like, I don't know.
No.
What happens to the people who usually make wishes?
They get what they want.
And then?
They're usually pretty happy. They hug me and use whatever I give them or be with whoever I helped. Like, I've never had any issues.
You said maybe, though, to
Well, I
Josiah's
don't know. Like,
comment.
I've never had any.
I think,
But
just being honest,
You're
like,
saying like you have.
No, I'm just. It seems to be an immediate
Ben just
fulfillment.
wants to say it so bad. Say the W word, Ben. Do it.
Josiah.
The chaotic gremlin in Ben is rising.
Trust me. Navarro at this point will turn to Josiah and just be like, trust me, there is no... Cutting corners does not help. This could mean that we get a ship and somebody else loses their ship, and an entire ship full of people just descend into the ocean. I do not know how it works.
But we're pirates. Cutting corners is kind of our thing.
Wow. And also, it's like, if you don't know how it works, then maybe it's beneficial. Like, I was right about the underwater place, and Jacob's cutting corners. Jacob's getting more powerful.
Are you
If we got-
fucking Jacob today?
Hmm?
You're saying that he's cutting corners, but you are not him, no? Or
No.
am I following the wrong
he's-
person?
He's getting more
Unfortunately-
powerful.
Unfortunately,
I don't want to be
I'm
as
with
odd.
Josiah on this. I think we need to speed up and get a more powerful ship, which will aid us.
Well, you're all fucking idiots at some point. I'm sorry to say it, but I am trying to help you here, and honestly,
well, you are
constant-
entitled to your opinion, and so
I
are we.
haven't finished talking.
You never stop. You never stop talking. So people do have to talk.
I'm not trying to get in an argument with you all, but I am going to say this constant, like, you are asking me for my opinion on things, I give it, and then you tell me that I am in the wrong, and then do it anyway. So
I'm
what's
sorry.
the fucking
Did
point in
anyone
asking
here
me?
ask for Navarro's opinion?
I did, to be fair. I did ask.
Yeah,
to be
but the
fair.
problem is she's giving you your opinion, and then she's continually pushing her opinion on you.
And that is
That's
not
the
what
thing,
you're
she's giving
doing
it,
now.
but she continues to give it. When we
I'm going to
tell-
learn the silence spell to make you shut up.
I mean, I'm
And I'll put us on it.
I'm
I'll
almost tempted
pass
to
on it.
see
I'm
if
going to
Vlad needs to
exit
have
at
the
this
fear
point.
status put on him.
Barbara is going to exit the room, and she's just going to go outside because she's not being part of this anymore. She's just going to leave.
He would do it. He would fucking do it.
Oh,
Do what you must. It's up to you.
Josiah would. He would fucking do it. So yeah, so Josiah goes, I wish for a
Okay,
full...
well, you word it.
Yes,
Ben.
yes.
I'm gonna say, do you wanna take a
Might
second
be
to
right.
think about exactly how?
Yes, yes.
Can we have a 5-minute break?
Yeah, do you wanna have a couple minutes break?
Write it down, double check it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a list, check it twice,
Yes, let's do
because
this.
I'd hate for you to quickly blurt it out and then be like, fuck. Can we take a moment, everybody? Yeah.
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 I'm gonna nip to
take
the
5.
bathroom myself while everyone else is. Yeah, sure. Drama's in the hood, everybody. We're gonna need fantasy Jeremy Kyle on this bitch.
Well, can I just say something? This is a classic definition of don't hate the player, hate the game, or in this case, don't hate the player, hate the DM.
Me?
Because he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
He's dangled the carrot.
Right,
and
right.
He
you-
knew
right, yeah.
exactly what he
I'll
was
be
doing with
honest,
this.
I didn't expect you to find out it was a genie until it was too late.
Ah.
I actually expected I was gonna use. I had already planned on certain ways I was gonna say sentences to trick one of you to say, "God, I'd wish that would," like, you know what I mean? And then you would have found out that way. I didn't expect you to find out before.
Just ask what she was.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing was, she knows what she is, and she wasn't really, she had no reason to lie. So she just like, so I didn't expect it. So no bed. I didn't plan it like this. You guys broke the system again, and now I'm going for a week. Goodbye. Goodbye.
He's going for a stress week.
Yeah. I mean,
Get your notepad
I mean, to be
out.
fair, I'm having fun. Like it's you guys that are stressing, not me. I'm having fun. I'll be back.
Get your notepad out, mate, and let's start writing
I'm
down how you want to word
typing
this.
out. I was going to say I wish for a fully crewed man of war in our possession.
I think if you
I'll
do
take
that,
your-
fully crewed, make sure the crew is loyal. That's the key on that as well.
And skilled as well.
God, this is going to be a paragraph by the end of this. Right.
And when I say loyal, make sure it's loyal to us, not just thinking the previous captain or something.
We're willing to work for cheap.
I like that as well. Good call.
I was going to be like it be an elemental crew or something that's just bound to us.
As long as it's not fire elements, it should be alright.
And it's free.
Maybe you need to word it as well that it's a fully working order ship, not like a shipwreck that's just pulled up on the bottom.
Top quality. Yeah. Why stop at one? Keep saying we need a fleet.
Well, I'm typing
But
out
I wanna
a paragraph
push
for
you.
one fucking ship.
Rose is going to kill us.
It won't be the first time she wants to kill us, so don't worry.
Hmm.
Oh, lovely.
I'm just thinking how Danny could now twist this. Look for a
He's
loophole.
going to find a way in.
Okay. Make sure you point out the ship in good condition.
Which is what I said. It's a good one.
Yeah,
Rather than the bottom.
I've got so far. I wish for a high quality, in good condition, man of war warship.
Fully kitted out.
Yeah.
How many gun decks do you want?
20 gun decks. Let's have a futuristic aircraft carrier.
It just falls over. It's too tall.
And it's legal for throwing.
Oh, legal.
Yes.
Yeah. It's legally ours. It's not like
Yeah.
stolen from someone.
I'm
Yeah.
back.
It's a good show.
Legally in our possession.
We're still writing and planning, Danny. Sorry. Close your ears. You're not allowed to listen.
I mean, I
Do we
should
hire a
be.
lawyer? Yeah. I think we need a lawyer to help us out.
Right.
It wouldn't like just appear and then it suddenly be like it's actually made of stone. We don't have to specify that it's got to be made out of the right materials, do we? Am I overthinking this?
That is your call, bud. Do you believe you feel the need to over-specify with this person?
I think
Matt
it's
does,
ensuring-
Polar doesn't.
I think it's all ensuring all the
Because
T's.
the thing
crossed
is,
and I's
the meta
dotted.
thing that you've got to remember is that
Polar trusts.
genies can act anywhere on the spectrum of alignment.
They're not
And
all
you can
necessarily
have a
evil.
neutral genie, you can have a good genie, you can have an evil, and you can have a lawful, you can have a chaotic. It is entirely hot luck which genie you are dealing with.
That is what I've put so far in the Discord.
A high quality, in good condition, man of war warship, fully provisioned, legally in our possession, crewed by a fully
Crew fully loyal to me that I've made from constructs.
Huh. That's good.
Constructs
actually.
as in.
That's good, yeah, as in Warforged and stuff, because
Warforged.
at least you won't need to feed them and stuff. That's a really good idea.
Cool.
I like it.
Whether we get that is another
Are they
question.
gonna- Can they look like robot skeletons? So they're literally a skeleton.
You really, really doing this right now.
That's no. I'm happy with. Are we happy with that? Rather than like aesthetic changes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't think of any way we get screwed over.
I'm sure Danny will find a way.
I'm sure
but-
Danny's got 3 already.
Mm-hmm.
Three what?
3 ways of screwing us over.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay. Josiah says the thing. That sentence in its entirety.
You're not even going to risk saying it.
No.
It's written down, that's good enough.
Say it, Ben.
Okay, Josiah says, I wish for a high quality, in good condition, man of war warship, fully provisioned, legally in our possession, crewed by a crew fully loyal to me that are made from constructs.
And she'll clap her hands together, and you feel like a reverberation, like tremor, like just pass through you all like a wave. Done.
Yay.
Shit, where is it?
No.
It's just floating around.
It's somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say,
On the floor above us.
we are on the ground technically, but like,
You just hear just like falling from the sky.
Yeah, that was what I was worried about just when he finished that. I was thinking, crap, he never specified where it's going to be.
Okay.
I guess he squints, opens his eyes, he's alive,
Everyone's alive, yeah.
everyone's alive.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I mean,
Do you know where it is?
where do ships go? It's in the water.
Yes.
Oh.
Near to us?
Well,
I live in the water.
ish.
Okay.
I think I put it. I put it at the Ivory Sands place.
Oh.
Okay. That's not too
Okay.
bad.
If there's yeah, because they'll say if. This is. I hope the constructs don't start firing on
We have to now
the
wish
city.
to send a message.
I
Is that
hope.
okay?
Yeah. Aye. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we continue looking for the treasure, or do we?
I mean, you
Okay,
can if you
yeah.
want. I don't want it. Do you want it?
Treasure always helps. That's what we came here for.
I mean, you wish for it?
I feel
I
like
think we can do this without our-
one Ivor's already going to kill me. I feel like 2, and I couldn't. Yes, no. I will
Yes?
stick with 1.
No?
I'll stick with 1 wish. Thank you.
Okay. I can say most genies would have said the yes is good enough. At least she's nice enough to be like, are you sure?
Mm.
Okay. I mean, I don't have much, but I don't eat these things, like, so I don't have food for any of you.
It's all right. We'll start carrying on into the tunnels. I think.
Right.
Should we go grab
Well,
Nightbara
I
if we want
can
to?
show you where some of them are.
That'll be excellent.
Yeah, so she'll kind of like just slowly like stand up and stuff, and like she'll lead the way. And again, as she like as you guys stand at the bottom of the stairs, she has to like duck right down and like carefully navigate her way up the stairs and like wait for you all. And puts the moss across the entranceway again. Rose, are you back? No, she hasn't put
No.
back, but it has been a while. That's why I just wanted to check in case you forgot. We'll deal with that in a minute. And she'll lead you away, and like you feel like the ground go like on a decline slightly, and like it wraps around on itself, and you can see that there is a large amount of rocks hovering, like a rock face. I mean, there's tunnels in there, but they're locked.
Oh.
Most of it was destroyed anyway.
Looking at the blockage, is it like...
It's like essentially a proper full-on cave-in, like at the entrance.
Yeah, no way we're getting through that without...
Oh, welcome back, Rose. I actually just asked if you were back or not. Because the party...
Okay, sorry.
No, it's alright. It's alright, because it had been a little bit... I didn't know if you were back, but just didn't put back.
Yeah.
The party have emerged, like, so... Selena emerged first from the top. I don't know, you would have seen, it's relatively flat where you are in case. And she's leading them somewhere. Obviously you don't know because you didn't hear where it's been explained. Do you follow in any way?
With my comprehend languages up, am I seeing any other text anywhere? Like
Above ground.
as I was outside.
Above ground, like it's Fubar. The only reason why that was well preserved essentially is because it was under the earth. Like all of the exposed pieces, because of how long it's been, have just been worn away and destroyed. Like, although I didn't really explain it too well, the underground bit, the scriptures you found were extremely worn and damaged, especially where the vines were. Because I don't know if you've ever seen how those vines grow, but they damage brick and stonework. And you were able to read it because you're intelligent enough to read between the lines, but it was difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll follow at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going. But...
Yeah, so you would see as they went down a slight decline and then it wrapped around back on itself, and she's showing them like a rocky face when you hear them explaining about a cave-in, and this is the tunnels that lead underground. And you can see that there is, it's like I said, it's like a proper cave-in. The entrance has been completely sealed. You could remove it all. It would take some time and obviously some tools.
Does it look like there's... Is there any kind of, like, gap at this point? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, can I see through any part of it?
Kind of, maybe, but not very far in. Like, there's a lot of rocks that have, like, toppled and fell. You could probably squeeze a very small creature, like a tiny creature in, but not small or bigger.
Putting my hand against one of these holes, does it feel like there's any sort of wind movement?
Perception check.
$12?
It's too hard to tell between all your touch senses being accosted by everything else, like the wind outside and stuff. It's way too hard to tell.
Could I get Kavain through?
No.
Seeing as he's a little fox.
No, he's a small creature. You would need tiny. Or you would need to clear it.
Can I... Can I pop him inside? Like, can I see a space so I could pop him in? If that makes sense.
You can see... Essentially, what you can see is in the middle of the rubble. Like, it's...
okay.
You know what I mean? You can see past a few rocks, but then you can see another rock
He'd be
further.
stuck.
Yeah, you'd spawn him inside the wall. That would be bad. That would be very bad.
I'd get my crowbar out and just start trying to make the hole bigger.
Wait, there might be another entrance.
Well, this is the only one that I know. I mean, there might be more. I didn't look too much. Because I didn't really care.
We can, I think, scope out somewhere else. See if there's another way down.
Yeah.
I guess, do we have to, like, go back up into ground level and then try and find another way down? Is that?
Well, you're on the surface. It's just a slight downhill from where you were. Do you know what I mean? It's not too far. This is just essentially like just a bit down and like it's wrapped around slightly. So the place where you just was uphill. So like these tunnels in theory would go underneath that. But to where and to what you don't know.
I'm guessing there might be one elsewhere. So Navira will start heading back up the incline. Going to look for another route in.
I'm gonna go back to my garden.
Yeah.
If you need anything, let me know. Yeah.
Thank you, Selena.
And she'll kind of just put a hand on Nivara's shoulder and just give like a slight smile, just trying to be nice. Okay.
As she's walking past, Nivara will kind of stick with her for a second.
Right.
With these wishes that you do,
Yeah.
do you do anything that's not a wish? You want to help people. Why do you get them to say the words?
Because that's what I can do.
I just mean it's very specific.
It's what I know. All I know to do. It's one of my powers. I can do wishes that people want.
I just find it a little odd. If I understand, it's just you obviously are very kind.
I mean,
And-
there's a lot of things people do that others find weird, right?
Of course. I just mean, for someone who is so kind and generous, having the need for someone to say those specific words
Well,
is almost binding.
Well, I don't know why. I can't. I've never been able to use these on myself. So I thought maybe someone might as well use them.
So, if I was to say I was looking for somebody, would you be able to find that person?
Yeah. If they're somewhere.
And would I be able to find them quite easily, or would you be able to find them easily? Like, tell me where exactly
I could
where
find
they
them.
were.
I could find them easily, but if they're somewhere hard to get to, then
What if I wanted them to be here, like at a certain date and time? Could you do that?
yeah. I think wait. I think I can only do it for like a year. But yeah.
A year.
Yeah, like I can't make it more than a year ahead. Like I can tell them to be here in anywhere up to a year. Essentially, that's the limit of one of the bits I've read on the spell she's explaining. So essentially, what she's explaining is she has effects over things in certain things, like within a year. Like I think that's how it read. I might have misread it, but that's what I'm just gonna go with.
That's fine. Totally cool. I mean, you are very powerful, no?
Yeah. Well,
Have you noticed anything strange happening in the last couple of months? Less than that?
Strange how?
A strange tide coming in.
No, I don't think so. I mostly
I
keep
just
to
mean we
myself
have-
here on this island, so I haven't noticed anything weird. I mean, you're the first people I've seen in about a year now.
Who was the last person you saw?
Give me a sec. Let's see if she remembers very well. I can't remember their name, but he was a tiefling. Came by, like, I think they were looking for a town and they found the wrong island or something.
A tiefling?
Yeah, I can't remember what he said his name was. Did he give me his
He
name?
has- He didn't happen to have a lot of piercings, did he?
Couple. I mean, he had a couple on his ears, and that was about it.
If I gave a vague description of Morgan, does it match?
No.
No. Okay, cool. Just because he's the last tiefling that we met and he's in this general area.
Yes.
Kind of
yes,
deal.
no.
That's all it is.
No,
Yeah.
she explains this guy was like a lavender-skinned tiefling, like a mix between the blue and the red.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Have you noticed any return of the auntie?
I mean, they never left.
They never left?
No, I mean, they've always been around in some islands. Just not as many as they
Do you
used
know?
to.
Oh, would you know where? Have you been traveling around a lot?
Not around here, no. But a couple have come here once or twice while I've been here. That was
Really?
a long time ago.
Do you? If I was to describe one, would you remember?
Maybe?
If I was to give a vague description of a specific Yuan-Ti
Yeah.
that I don't think I ever met but might have heard tales of, does it match?
Which Yuan-Ti are you describing?
Specifically the one we're looking for?
Gissa.
Yeah, Gissa.
I don't think you ever got her visual description, did you?
I don't know. This is.
I don't believe you only have a name.
Yeah.
It is difficult. I did not actually meet her in person. As you can understand, it is. Do you know what they were looking for?
Well, they came here, and they met me. They didn't like me, and I scared them away because they were trying to hurt me.
Okay. Did they say anything strange to you? Anything that's kind of stuck in your mind?
Now we've got to see.
I know I'm being very, very tricksy. I'm sorry, Danny. I'm trying to get information, if that makes sense.
I'm having to check lots of different things. Well, they were speaking in a language that I didn't know. I was obviously checking what languages Jinns knew. Yeah, no, they don't.
If I say, like, is it this in Abyssal, does she recognise it?
Yes.
Or
Yeah, she was like, yeah, it sounded like that. Essentially, yeah, they were talking Draconic.
yeah, I don't know why, but I thought they spoke Abyssal.
They do
I'm so
as well.
sorry.
They speak Common, Draconic, and Abyssal. I'm just leaning on the Draconic. I mean, either's
Got it
fine.
side.
They speak both.
Did they go anywhere specific? I know you said you chased them away, but
Well, no,
where
they
were
came here. They saw me, pulled their weapons, and was shouting, and I tried to talk to them, but they didn't understand, and they attacked.
And you did not help them?
Well, they were trying to kill me.
No, I know. I'm just trying to make sure that you didn't do one of your wondrous supporting things that you have done.
No, they
You know, it
didn't.
seems like you really want to help people,
They
and I
didn't
didn't want
ask
them to
for
take
anything.
advantage.
They came here, And then I tried to talk with them, and then they attacked me. And
Oh, I am
didn't-
sorry.
I didn't kill them, but I did hurt the one pretty bad.
Understandable. It was in self-defense. They attacked you first. Did they say the word Zahir whilst they were
I'm
here?
assuming you say it in Draconic or
In Abyssal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't speak Draconic. I can only speak Abyssal.
I'm not sure. It was a while ago, like a long, long time.
Mhm.
Because I think after those came, I haven't seen any more since. I think maybe they knew not to come here.
That you were protecting. You were being a guardian.
Yeah, maybe.
If any return, are you able to contact me?
Ooh. Let me check if she has such abilities. Fuck yeah.
I'm really trying to play Nivara like she has a high intelligence. It's a bit tough for me, obviously, guys. But, you know.
No. I don't have, like, anything, like, I can't talk more than this.
If I was to check in and talk to you, there wouldn't be any, like, block, would there? Like,
No?
if I was to
I don't think so.
use a little spell. I might check in from time to time. If that is okay, Selena? I'm
Yeah.
sure we could be quite close friends. Good.
I mean, yeah?
How old are you, Selena, if you do not mind me asking? I feel like you have been around a while.
Well, that's a good one. About 3,000 or so?
Do you not wish? So, I was about to say something that, no.
What?
What do you want, Selena? It seems you want to help everybody else, but I fear...
I mean, I'm happy. I like it here. I mean, I might leave someday and go somewhere else, but it's good. I can go
You
whenever I
do not
want.
wish for... Do you enjoy immortality?
Yeah? I mean, it's good. I get to do a lot of things, go to a lot of places. I don't have to worry about running out of time.
Time is a funny concept. So you would know, then... Were you around for the Creek? Or just after?
What's... No. No.
No?
No.
Do you know of a way to change time? To speed this up or slow it down? You have been around for such a long time. Have you encountered anything?
I mean, I think I could, yeah. I've done little things before, but
Really?
not too much, yeah.
Like what?
Oh, there's been times where there was this one time where there was a knight, and he came to me and he wanted to go back and he wanted to try this tournament he was fighting in, like for like the king or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
he wanted another try. And I let him.
Did he win?
I think so. Or at least he
Yeah.
did better than he did the first time.
Oh.
She
Interesting.
offers respawns. No, Ben, fuck you.
I just mean I am trying to... how do I explain this? I'm trying to control time at its base level.
I mean, I could do that for you if you want. I could, like, make you, like, stronger.
You could?
Yeah?
And what would happen?
You'd be stronger? I mean, it depends on what you want.
I may have need for you in the future.
I like how
If
she
things
was
get
the,
really
the
dire.
modicum of this is a bad idea, but no. How the tables have turned.
Power, you say?
Unlimited power.
I think the flowchart is let get annoyed at Desire for doing a thing. Does Desire die?
Then do the
no.
thing.
No, okay, maybe do the thing then. Okay.
Bless.
How do I explain this? I've explained it to Danny a couple of times. How is it? Basically.
No,
It's
Josiah,
fine.
don't
The
do
character's
it.
funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, since you've already
she has
done it,
tricked
I may
me.
as well do it.
Character's fine.
She keeps doing this. She's like, well, I'm in this fucking situation now, so I might as well take advantage of it. She does, take advantage of herself being put in shit positions by you guys.
Well, we might have a badass boat, but it's like a month until we find out what fuckery Danny's done.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, to be fair, it's only like 2 days travel away.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I'll help.
Navarro at this point, as she goes, I can help you. She'll go,
Do you know much about time itself?
Yeah? I mean, goes.
Do you understand the timelines?
No.
Oh.
And I would say at this point, like, she's like, you guys have walked back to a garden, and the rest of the party is like split up, and they're looking for like entrances and stuff, and like she's doing some light gardening work, like while you like kind of stood by her and talking with her, I'd imagine, or you've kneeled down or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She like sits back, like I said, kneeled with the feet to the side, so like she's sat on a bum, then the legs like kicked out to the side, and she's like leaning over doing some of the planting and stuff.
Navarro keep her voice down really low at this point.
If someone was to say, do something weird with time, could you undo it?
If I knew what they did and who, yeah.
How intriguing. I'm sorry I have taken up so much of your time. But I have had a lovely conversation and I may call on you in the future. If that is okay, Selena?
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean, you didn't seem happy earlier to do.
She
No.
never does.
You're not there.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, no, I am there.
Oh, did you walk over?
I would have come with her.
No, you. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't at this
No,
point
we
say that
can't
you would
ret-
come
we
with
can't
it. It's not
retcon.
fair.
No,
I've
but
been
I
talking-
want,
If you'd have said
This
right, if you'd have said
person's-
right away, then that's different. But
well, I want to ask her something after anyway.
yeah, you can grab her when she's done talking.
Well, yeah, because otherwise,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not eavesdropping in like
You're
that.
lingering,
Oh,
waiting
okay.
for it to finish conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair. Like you're 10 foot away, you're kind of lingering, like fucking hell, hurry up.
I will admit I was a little unhappy earlier. You see, I have very specific goals in mind. And
What?
I have learnt over the years, I've known people who have made decisions to suit themselves and taking contract or had aid from higher beings, and it never helped them. I am sorry if my bias showed.
Oh. It's okay.
if I knew that I could effectively undone what had been done, I would have instantly taken you up on your choice, but I feel it is too late. You have a unique power, and in the wrong hands, for you just wanting to help someone, could rip her apart reality. For example, saving that man's wife could have changed everything. It could be the reason why a whole country fell. We do not know. You are changing the course of history. It is quite fascinating.
Oh.
You were just trying to help. I understand.
I'm gonna say, you know, kind of like she's now
Really
just
bummed out.
no, she's kind of like Rolodexing like all the things she's done, and then kind of like, like
Every decision.
yes,
as
the
it
D&D Stalin was on his deathbed, and I just saved him. Oh fuck, what have I done?
We have literally seen that happen in your game. I mean, he wasn't Stalin, but, you know, powerful person, changed the fabric of reality, etc., etc.
Close enough, am I right?
Yeah.
Essentially, it's the way the timelines work is every decision and every little change changes everything. The further you go back, the more change it affects. I can do approximately 6 seconds, but it sounds like you can do an entire year, which is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of choices every single day for all 365. You have immense power. I think you should probably use it differently, but I will leave you with it. Because I can tell that Dax is literally wanting to talk to you. I can just imagine he's like vibrating in the background.
To you. To me.
Thank you for your time.
Rose
I look
needs
forward to
watch-
talking.
Ben, I need to watch it if that's the case.
You
There've been-
both do.
I based it off fucking Back to the Future, goddammit. It's what I know. But go on, Ben. Go on, Adam. She turns, you two lock eyes, and you make your charge. Roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, verbal initiative. Who gets to who gets the first word in? Go on. Go on, get him. Go on, carry on. As you were.
I'm looking for a person that went missing some time ago. I don't know if you could help me on that.
Yeah. I mean, if you tell me who it is, I can... And if you wish, I can find them.
The name is Pepper. I wish to know his whereabouts.
Let me double check if it's the person I believe it is in your backstory. I'm pretty sure I know who it is. I'm just checking. Yeah, okay, it is. It is. The missing person's body. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking of saying, like, this is out of character. Please do not take this in character. Of going, I wish Gissa was in the Ivory Sands in 2 weeks' time, because then we could get to her, and because that would work, right? Or I wish Jacob was there, but no. Fucking pirates wanted a ship. Of course they did. Me. I would like to say I am totally fine. I am good.
But does it sound like if we get what we want, it sounds like a dope ass pirate ship. That's what I wanted.
Right.
Like,
so,
honestly, Rose knows Navarra's funny about it, but we'll talk about it later.
I mean, I could find her. Maybe. If she's somewhere.
She is somewhere, but I don't know in what form.
Right.
Huh?
I mean... Hang on, excuse me. Fucking hell.
Oh, oh.
Oh no.
Someone cast blight on me. It's okay. I passed. I passed the save. Oh, God.
Breathe, Denny.
I don't know why. I just randomly just died.
You got another
Oh, dear.
eldritch worm in you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got something.
I mean, I could. I mean, if you really wish to find out where she is, then I could find her.
Yes, I wish to find out where she is.
And the hands, like, clap together, and that same emanating wave of energy just ripples out, and you all feel the shudder. And she kind of tilts her head for a second in a bit of confusion. And she kind of stands up and kind of reaches out for your deck of cards on your hip or wherever you hold them.
Yeah.
Do you allow her to like grab them?
Yeah.
She's in there.
In the cart.
Yeah, I think that's right.
What?
Like, you. That was the person you wanted to find. She's. Oh. She's like technically in there, in the cards.
That at this point is looking a little puzzled. How?
I don't know. But I can feel I felt the soul in there.
Perhaps it hasn't gone hold after all. Thank you for your help.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, here. she like, you kind
Yeah.
of get to turn and it's like, oh wait, no, take them.
Well,
Yeah.
especially now.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Huh. You'll kind of notice as well the gold. You know how her eyes are golden?
Yeah.
You'll notice after casting that second, like, wish grant, you'll notice that creeping in on the outer portions of her eyes, going towards the inner portions of her eyes, like left, it's like outside of the face to the inside. You'll notice that the gold is being changed for like a black. And it's like imagine ink in water and how it like just ripples across and like it's just slowly coming across. It doesn't grow anymore, but but you notice it after she casted.
Are you alright?
Yeah. Why?
There's some black in the gold in your eyes.
Oh, and she kind of like rub her eyes a bit. Yeah, it does that. Sometimes. I have to rest after I do so many.
I will leave you to rest up.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And have you
for your
noticed,
help.
Rose, I haven't fucking wandered the accent too much now. You're welcome. Fucker.
I just didn't know if it was intentional, like last time it was.
No, I appreciate it because something that subtle is something I would do.
Yeah.
I would do it.
Well,
I'm just
what was
leaning
like,
on you because it's like, fuck you. But no, you
what
are
was-
entirely right, though. It is
It
something I
was the
would do.
drow.
It is
Yeah.
something I would do. Yeah, the drow's a perfect example.
Well, it was Phalian. Like, Phalian and Montrose had the
Yeah.
same accent. So I just killed this guy, and then it was like, well, just making sure. Like,
No. Yeah, no. I fully get it. I was just joking, but no. I've managed to lock her in on a voice now. Because the thing is, I've spoke it enough now that my subconscious is kind of like, that's it.
Get back in.
Whereas I hadn't done it enough, and then I stopped doing it, and then I forgot it.
Well, can we have a look around then for this entrance?
You may. Can I please get from everybody who's looking investigation checks? Or perception checks if you're just the looker kind.
Oh, jeez. 9. Oh, nice, Vlad. Ooh.
Not bad.
I was having a full blown conversation and think about that now. That's why I'm shit.
Okay, Vlad, you take because you're the only one with perception that's decent. Sorry, Liam, but it's true. That sounded really mean. But taking a look around, you notice that around a lot of the like where the stones are, you notice like it's clear that obviously Selena has done a lot of work here to make this place comfortable for her own needs. You notice a lot of these woven plants that have been shapen and the plants and things like this. You don't obviously, just looking around, you don't see too much of anything of too much value. You do notice, though, that there are a couple of small patches of similar burnt-out vegetation on the outskirts of what you would consider her patch, her home, her territory, however you want to describe it. You will notice small clusters of burnt-out vegetation similar to what you saw earlier in your trek. Not
With the syndicates.
yeah, not anywhere into the camp, but on the outskirts of, and in very small amounts compared. And yeah, where the syndicatans were. So you put that in your grey matter.
I've just got to say it. Syndicating sounds like a Saturday morning cartoon show.
It also sounds like
It does.
It also sounds like a girl band from the 2000s. The syndicatans.
Yeah, true.
Like the Spice
It
Girls.
is a bit like it's a bit close to Atomic Kitten, but I think that's what's pinging for us.
No, I was thinking like Spice Girls, like the syndicatans. Wow, fucking hell. But yeah, no, it was a name that I made up, although I'm pretty sure I've probably accidentally stole it from somewhere, I'm sure. Because I'm fucking awful at that, and I really don't mean it.
Call borrowing and recycling.
no.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Everybody
I don't even
gets
know I'm borrowing it.
inspired.
That's the piss take. I obviously,
Honestly.
I'm obviously inspired, and I must have seen the something at some point in some way, but I don't ever remember it. So it's obviously deep in subconscious.
Every single player and every single DM gets inspired by various different forms of media. It is standard.
Yeah,
Don't
I know,
worry
but
too much, Abby.
oh no, I don't care because I love the line. Good writers borrow, great writers steal. So you know, like
Oh, I've never heard that before.
yeah,
All right.
good writers will borrow, great writers will steal. Like as in they will like reuse and
Yeah.
because nothing's ever original, not no more at least. But either way, that's a whole existential crisis for every writer and creative person in existence,
Yeah.
I'm sure. But I think it's true. I live by it. Like I'll happily rip something if I think it's cool.
Well, look at Star Wars, one of the most modern. Like we've got to admit, Star Wars is iconic in these days. Like
Yeah.
it is one of the most recent. Like
It was even when it was brand new. It was
is basically a story of Jesus.
Yeah.
Like if you boil it down to its thing, yeah, most stories nowadays are either got religious ties or, you know, fairy tales or whatever. We borrow, we use, we recycle.
Yeah.
It is the nature of humanity.
What?
But anyway, do we find it?
For Dax, for Josiah, you guys have an intensive look around the camp. Nivara, you are, as you say, busy in your thoughts. Your mind is very much elsewhere. You are looking, but you are not looking.
Yeah.
You do uncover, each of you individually, you do uncover other entranceways that have been blocked off with like vines and things like this. You can't gain access to them without ripping and tearing at the vines, but you find them, is the point. Whether they lead to similar small places like you were with Selena's little house, quote marks, however you want to call it. It's more like a basement, really, what she had. Like the house on top had been destroyed, and then that was the basement. You know what I mean? You find more similar. Whether they are bigger, they lead elsewhere, you don't know, unless you choose to rip and tear. You do notice, though, that on the western side of, like, because essentially you notice you're all exploring around. The place where you are, it's like, it's not much. It's very, very slightly uphill compared to everything around you. But I say very slightly, like you didn't really notice until you've looked. Do you know what I mean? It didn't feel inclined
It's like a slight mound, if that makes sense. It's not a hill as such.
Until you've really started looking around, you didn't notice like you were actually going uphill. But you do notice a ways away. You can see the signs of like what maybe is like small rivers, not ones that connect to the ocean, but ones that connect just inland only. Because you notice signs of like the mud and the moss having more moisture as you're like trying to like feel around, see if you can feel any more like holes and pitfalls and things like this. And maybe in the western direction there is like a spot for, and you'd have to go out of camp, so I'm not gonna immediately assume you go that way because you would have to go alone, or unless you want to grab everybody and stop everybody. You notice that like there could be like a water source that way.
Can we hear running water?
No, not at the minute.
I'll point out everything, all the places I've spotted and the possible water source. See where it's looking.
Well, in the small domicile, we did not find a water source, so this seems to be more. What is the word? Grander? I think we need to be looking for somewhere where a ritual would take place. So it would be grander than just a home. You know? Let's go.
So you all follow, like you all eventually will gather and follow towards the water source.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm going to keep it on the same roll because you're following the same stuff you found the first time. I'm going to be kind. But eventually, you will, after following for what feels like a while, because you're taking it very slowly, you're literally like hands in and under the earth and like feeling the mud. This is how you notice, because like you felt like squelchy, like moisture, whereas in other parts it was a lot more drier and like simple. And you will eventually begin to start hearing the faint signs of running water. Vlad will be the first one to hear it. And you come across a small waterfall. And by small, I mean like 15-foot drop, top to bottom. And you come across a small waterfall that leads into like a small creek. Small, like, little pond and lake. Probably 30 or so foot across. You can see that the water is littered with large pools of algae and like large aquatic plants growing over it and around it.
Does it look like there's a way to walk around and behind the waterfall?
Make a perception check.
I mean, it is kind of iconic at this stage. I've got to say,
hidden
Danny,
behind the waterfall, yeah.
the vibe. What check was it? Perception.
Yeah.
Always check behind pictures and waterfalls.
Yeah.
We learned that in
I'm
Baldur's Gate.
loving the vibe. I mean, where it's like that whole kind of, it just feels proper on theme, you know?
You want to know what the piss deck is?
There isn't.
Nothing there.
There is.
You
There
approach-
is, yeah. Danny would have been happier if we were wrong.
I would have been like, ha ha!
Yeah,
Fuck you.
yeah. He sounded sad, so we were right.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
You notice, essentially, that the waterfall is coming from a water source under the earth, under the soil, and coming from elsewhere on the island. But you also notice that there is a cave that is still connected to the pool of water. So basically, this water source comes out and fills the lake, the pool, the pond, but then feeds itself back under itself into a cave underneath. So this waterfall filters down, and then there's a waterway tunnel behind the waterfall underneath.
Does it look like we're going to have to swim across the lake to get behind the waterfall?
You've been able to get close enough. Like you're probably like when you see it, you're probably about 20 foot away. Like you've probably got about 10 foot of water to cross to get in it, but it's jungle water. It's swamp. It's full of algae and gunk, and you would almost certainly have to enter the water to go through that entrance.
Oh, does anyone have anything that... I just don't want to smell like algae for the next 6 weeks.
You could always wish for a bath on the way back.
Okay, that I understand making
That was
wishes
funny.
now, okay? But it is
funny.
just that's a little bit too far. Just saying. Oh, I mean, does anyone have any sort of spell that gets rid of, like, you know, what's it called, prestidigitation? I don't even know what I ask. It's a no. Isn't it? Anybody?
Attestation I can do.
You can do?
There you go.
Yeah.
Excellent. You are perfect, Dax. You know that's right. Oh.
You can make me smell good. I love you.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
I was just gonna have a wash in the sea when we got back, but okay, yeah, whatever.
Do you not know what salt water does to your skin and clothes?
He just blankly looks at her. Like, well, river, yeah, all the riverside.
Yeah, the river would be okay. It's not as much salt water. Also, you could just get Dax to do the thing. Or, I mean, those of us who need to wear armor could... Does anyone have anything that's like waterproof? Any bag?
Yeah, you.
Oh, it's me. Yeah, I'm the only one that's waterproof.
You're the only one. Yeah. Does anybody have anything waterproof? Yeah, fucking you.
Okay, DM, how specific am I about my clothes? I don't think I ever specified, so I'm going to leave it up to you. Am I very pretty, or am I not very pretty?
I will leave that entirely in your court. I mean, you did describe in your initial findings white summer dress, large white sun hat, so I would imagine you're not aristocratic, but I would definitely say you're closer to nobility than you are to squalor.
Appearance driven.
Yeah, you are very one like that, but it's up to you how your personality for protecting such clothes are. It's up to you if you're like very, ew, no, I'm not touching that, or if you're like, nah, I can get new ones, or whatever, do you know what I mean? It's up to you how you want to be.
Naya will say to the group, turn around. And wait for them to turn around.
Oh,
I am going to assume...
look the other way rather than reverse direction. Because I think Josiah would be like, we just got here. Oh, you mean look that way, right?
Yeah, she doesn't want to see the strip.
I assume everyone is respectful enough to follow instructions.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I assume, Nivara, you change your clothes into something more rugged.
Naked?
Oh, okay,
She
fair
doesn't
enough.
have any other clothes. She's just going to strip and put all of her stuff in her bag and just go in the water at this
Okay,
point. Like,
fair
ew,
enough.
ew.
But just be naked. Right, okay. Because we're going to come out the other end somewhere.
You immediately...
She puts it in her bag and takes her bag with her, meaning she'll re-robe the other side of the water.
Okay.
Yeah. She's not going to spend the entire dungeon naked.
If the entire dungeon's underwater...
Oh my word.
I'm assuming.
My mind went to, oh, she's got like some shit clothes she's gonna burn, like...
Yeah,
No, fair enough. Okay.
No, I don't have any other clothes.
The
I do
water-
have a white dress that's kind of ruined, though. I'm not bothered. She gets naked. Who gives a shit?
Yep, fair enough.
Spellbooks and stuff are going to be fine with water, aren't they? They
Yeah,
aren't.
magically protected, yeah.
Yeah.
The anything that
My
can destroy a
notebooks will
magic
get
item
broken,
is another
yeah.
magic item.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
I think it's fair asking because some DMs will make it mean like if you're in a fireball, they get destroyed and stuff like that.
Magic items are immune to non-magic stuff. I mean,
It's very expensive to replace a spell,
Yeah,
though, right? So
yeah.
I understand why Matt's
No,
asking.
yeah, it's
It's
fair.
kind of a little bit.
But
Yeah.
you feel the like the fronds underneath the water and stuff like go up against your legs and stuff. Like there's thick, like blanket weed, like algae and stuff in this way. It's gross. It's not great. This is stagnant, like mostly stagnant water that's had just time to fester, and you start making your way to the waterfall. I'm assuming you just go under the waterfall and look in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a nosy.
Yeah. You notice.
Is everybody still turned away as well?
I guess when we hear the splash and jump in, like, I'll
Gotta follow you. Yeah.
He's like, Josiah's be like, there's better places to skinny dip.
I'll be doing that swimming, but holding my bag above, just kind of as much as I can, keep everything dry.
Yeah.
I've only really got like.
The one thing you do
notebooks.
notice though, Novara, is when you get to the cave entrance underneath the waterfall, you notice the water is much more shallow. It's only about waist deep at that point, so you could, if you wish, walk.
Oh yeah, I'll start walking at this point.
Yeah.
And just having a look around.
The actual lake pond thing was incredibly deep.
Yeah.
Does Josiah come out and see a topless Naivara and be like, oh, sorry?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
I think Naivara at this point is so preoccupied trying to look for somewhere and even just look if there's anything on the walls, you know. I mean, like, she just doesn't give a shit. She's like completely naked now.
He would just be like, like he was more concerned about her than like, so he'd just be like, okay.
Oh,
You-
wait.
yeah.
Oh, she don't care. Okay, cool.
Yeah, literally like, okay.
Yeah, so each of you, as you reach the cave entrance, obviously as people are continuing further, you may walk if you prefer to. You can continue to swim, although, Liam, how tall is Barnet? he might still have to swim.
Yeah. He's only a small creature, so he's only about 3 foot.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to swim still, because I believe waist height for like your average humanoid is going to be about 2.5 to 3 foot. So that's going to be like up to your neck.
But my neck's strong.
Neck strong, yeah.
Neck strong.
Does it look like... So we'll be continuing further into...
Yes, you are. I'd imagine you keep pushing. I'm just catching everybody up a little bit. But yeah, you at the front, you keep going forward and forward, and you notice that it's for the most part a natural cave, but it does seem to, you notice at different parts, it looks like it has things carved in the stone, like outcrops and things like this. You can see that there are what looks the equivalent of like a shelf where maybe something could have been placed, like in the dry off the water. You notice different other little pockets and things like this where things can be put, but you continue down the tunnel and continue down the tunnel, and then eventually it ends for the most part, or at least it ends where you can access above the water. The water flow does carry on underneath, but there is a bit of rock that blocks you, and it's about level with the water, meaning you'd have to dive under to continue. Or you notice to your right there is what looks to be a much more well-made, like, stone floor, and you can see where it begins to open up into something much larger beneath.
I will clamber on the side and then realise I am completely naked and go, oh, and get dressed.
Yeah. And you get dressed before the majority of the guys catch up. Like, I'd imagine whoever was behind Josiah catches you just as you're, like, flicking your hair from under the dress and stuff.
Well, she's not wearing a dress anymore. She's wearing, like, a pair of trousers, isn't she? And a fancy shirt that she had to buy.
So
Her waistcoat and everything, so I imagine she's, like, tucking it in at this point and trying to zip up her pants. Sorry. I just bought these clothes.
Takes a few seconds, but then your clothes are now sodden because your body was wet.
Yeah.
Oh. literally did nothing except for I got naked in front of the entire party.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's
Like, I can't believe you didn't compensate for the fact that body wet, clothes dry.
I think it was more so she realised, and I think I don't know how to explain.
Just
It. I
gave
don't.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's more so she's more because Navarro doesn't really care, but she's more worried about other people caring for some odd reason.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
To
That
be
kind
fair,
very free.
your clothes are less wet than everybody else's, but they are still at least damp. At least.
Dax,
Yeah.
would you mind?
Yeah, and I'll cast precipitation on Nirvana's clothes.
Which should dry them out, I believe. You
Yeah,
can either-
and
you can
also
dry.
you can remove any unwanted fragrances and add your own to an extent and all that bollocks.
Yeah.
I do not
Smell.
know why I just got naked in front of everybody, but apparently that is something I have done.
I mean,
Apologise.
in a way, it's a rite of passage as a pirate to just don't give a fuck and just get changed because shared quarters.
Okay.
But
Is this also with the pornography?
Well,
Is that a rite of passage? I'm just trying to learn more about pirates.
no, as I
apparently.
said, I was
You do not
fucking with
know everything.
Wade. Like I've said that before.
Oh, yes, I
like,
forgot. I do apologise. I now remember.
I meant I wouldn't
yeah.
discourage you by me if you felt like it was a gift, but it wasn't. It isn't like a technical right.
I mean, I have watched you some recently.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I did
Yeah,
decline
yeah.
it. I'm just saying it's not a proper pirate
It's
thing.
not
It's
a-
just,
Proper pirate thing. Is it a you thing? Maybe?
well, yeah, I guess it is. And I mean, I think most pirates, if you gave them pornography, would probably just accept it. You would have to do a survey.
Wouldn't turn it down.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Polo is the same. Cool,
Right.
got it. I now know what to buy you for your birthdays. But shall we continue on?
no, you shan't. Because
Is that the end of the session?
everybody,
Yeah.
we're gonna leave it there. As
The end of the
everybody
session is
has,
Polo saying, I'd have porn.
Yeah.
That's right.
party members naked, porn, yeah.
Yeah.
As you
Yeah.
step out onto this stone platform and you see a small staircase leading up, and obviously leading to somewhere else beneath.
Into booty.
Ooh.
Yes.
The underground
I
tunnel.
appreciate everybody for sticking with me on that one. That was an interesting session.
Mm.
And bless
It's going to
you.
be annoying because I don't know what the fuck this fucked up boat's going to be now for like a month. Like,
Yeah, Daddy's got plenty of time. So,
Yes, because allow me
She
to
did say she was wanting to be helpful.
allow me to specify because we should have had a session on the 28th, but I can't do it because of the football match. So that session will be moved to the 4th, and
So
then
2 weeks.
and then we'll have a session on the 11th, which is back on the D&D weeks at that point, I believe.
So we'll write it back again.
Yes.
so
Okay.
next session's 11th. Okay.
No, 4th.
No, the
Fourth.
fourth.
Then we'll
Fourth
have-
and then the 11th.
Double.
The 4th is
okay,
making
yeah.
up for the 28th,
Got you.
and then the 11th is your normal regular schedule,
Getting us back on
bi-weekly.
track.
Yeah, back onto the right
got
week.
you.
So, those watching on YouTube, I appreciate it. I'm going to end this recording now. Goodbye.
Now.
Good night.